Hello, everyone. Welcome to Icewind Dale Corrupted, episode 8. It's been a long campaign so far with 4 episodes to go and a major couple of plot points to tie up. So without further ado, let's dive in. What are we doing here? We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. For those who are unaware of what Dungeons and Dragons is, it is a tabletop role-playing game, and I and the players around me will be playing characters in a shared fantasy universe. They all have character sheets in front of them which tell them what they can do. All of their 9th level character abilities are on display using D&D Beyond, which is a very useful way of finding all your character stuff together, especially while playing digitally, so can recommend that. And in the meantime, I play all of the other characters they encounter, all of the monsters that they fight, all of the lava caves they decide to explore, dungeon mastering. That's me. That's what I'm doing today. So, that's the basic gist of it. 9 times out of 10, they're rolling a 20-sided dice, which is one of these, and these. There we go. These. Just out of focus anyway.
Chunky.
But yes. 20-sided dice. 20s are good, 0s are bad. It's very hard to roll a 0, but George is here, so we'll make it work.
Yeah.
So, yes. Do feel free to cheer and or boo, depending on what's happening in the story at that time. Lovely. And that is the gist of what we're doing here today. So before we get too much into the story and what's going on, let's go around and meet our players. So starting on my left in screen terms, which none of you know what that means. Poe, please give your name, your pronouns, your character's name, their pronouns, and tell us a bit about what's going on with them right now.
Hi, my name is Poe. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Viktor. He uses he, him pronouns. He, him pronouns. He is a Tabaxi cleric, about 60 years old, and has been wandering around for a lot of his life trying to find somewhere safe, aka boring, and has ended up in Camp Howell. Since then, a lot has happened. He's eaten some black goo. He's ventured across the ice plains. He's fought owlbears, and now he's just spoken to his patron, Lyra the Joybringer, who he has not spoken to in 20-odd years. And he knows now the way to defeat... Well, he knows a way to perhaps defeat the Devourer, which is very exciting.
Yes, he does. The good old 5th level spell Commune there. Well used. Milk. Red.
Hi, I'm Red. He, him, playing Milk. Also he, him. Milk is a tiefling with the children of an alien god nesting in his face. Let's get that part done. He recently also spoke to said Devourer, but didn't have a particularly fruitful chat. Milk is trying to find out what the hell is going on and where he wants to stand amongst it all, and isn't having much luck with either spells or his alien squid, who's supposed to be on his side, but clearly isn't, or the fine folks that he's traveling with who might murder him, or who knows, I don't know, but he looks great the whole time, and that's what counts.
Red. You are forgetting that the Devourer told you that they could remove the aliens nesting in your face.
That's true. He may have a solution to his problem of the inevitable birthing. Let's not picture it.
Who? Me? Creating party dissent? No, of course not. Emma, please introduce your character.
I'm Emma. I'm using she, her pronouns today. My character, Prosp'rus, who is gender fluid, is using they, them pronouns today. Prosp'rus is a half-orc paladin of the farming god, Chontair. Prosp'rus is having a time. Prosp'rus sort of persuaded everyone to come on this fun adventure across the glacier, and last time had sort of a come to Chontair moment. When
come to Chontair.
Yeah. When they realised that maybe they had not done exactly that for the right reasons, like actually solving the problem, and had maybe just wanted to go and have a grand old adventure. So now Prosp'rus is trying to fix that by apologising to everyone and, sorting things and actually solving the problem. And yeah.
I know come to Chontair probably has like a meaning in religious connotations, but in my head, Aphex Twins Come to Daddy is now playing on repeat, and that's all I have.
They're like come to Jesus, but Chontair.
George.
Hello, I'm George. I use he, him pronouns, and the dice hate me. Power of the cosmos at my command, and I just roll all of the ones. I'm playing Ashra Beckett, who uses she, her pronouns, who is the or Ash to some people. I think Ash to everybody. All the characters here now, probably.
Yeah.
If they'll dare go there. Ash is the necromancer in chief of the Howling Ravine encampment and the long-standing member of the Arcane Brotherhood, the definitely not at all sketchy magical organization who've been digging under the ice and definitely not being connected to causing any of this in any way. And Ashra's doing well. She's alive. That's sort of the upside at the moment, but I think is bonding with people and actually. Feeling a bit different about things here now.
I mean, we're in episode 8 of a 12-episode arc. If you're not bonding with them now...
That's a me problem.
Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Ivy. We both use she, her pronouns. I have all of the dice luck that George doesn't, and I roll his share of natural 20s, which is great for me. Ivy is a human monk who has spent the last year fleeing from some very sketchy sounding people who definitely don't seem sinister and creepy at all, and has come across this glacier continuing to babysit her precocious and irritating teenage sister.
You're welcome.
Is very well played. Is currently realizing she could actually leave her behind somewhere really safe for a little bit, and is feeling simultaneously incredibly guilty and really excited by the prospect of getting to just go hit things without babysit.
Right, yes, this all makes sense. Good. If you are coming new to this stream and that's a lot of information in one go, yes, I apologise, it is. We've been playing for 21 hours so far, so there's going to be quite a bit of storyline built up at this point. If you want to catch up on what's happened to date, head to youtube.com/adventurerswanted. Everything we do is uploaded there. Or keep staying here at twitch.tv/adventurerswanted and catch hours 22 through 25. Is that how that works? Yes, maths.
That's about right.
This is why I work
to the
in
start
maths.
of hour 25.
Yes. So join us for maths. No, you can join us for episode 8. And
I mean, it's D&D. It is maths.
There will be maths.
Maths, yeah.
there will be maths. There you go. Good.
If no one else is doing maths, I certainly will be.
Before we kick off, we'll run for 3 hours, which we just said in the less jokey fashion. And there will be a break somewhere in the middle, probably about an hour and a half in or so, but it's all improvised, so we'll have to play that a little by ear. We have some delightful sponsors, D&D Beyond, as mentioned, sponsor us and have a number of things that you can do with them at the moment. So they have digital character sheets, they have online dice rollers, an online rules compendium for all the rules of the game. So lots you can check out there, and we thoroughly recommend that you do. All our players are using their character sheets today, and you can see all their character sheets on our Twitch extension, which is to the very left of your screen. So you can check out all of the different character sheets there. You're trying to find it, Red. What are you doing? It's over there. It's over there right now. Yeah. Right. So that's D&D Beyond. If you join us on our Twitter account, so there's Adventurers 250 on Twitter, we're about to be doing some giveaways for D&D Beyond, so do join us there and join in the fun. There'll be all sorts of fun things you can do there to win some big bundles of stuff you can buy on their site, other D&D content, so do join us there for that. We're also sponsored by Ultra Pro. Ultra Pro are all about the physical tabletop, so they provide things like dice bags, initiative trackers. There's all sorts of lovely things on their website for the D&D aficionado for nice paraphernalia to have around the home, which you may or may not use in your games or just use as objet d'art. That is your call. However you decide to use your D&D stuff is what you do. We also have a giveaway for them today. That is going to be on the Twitch chat today. So if you can join us in the Twitch chat at any point today, just type something in. Doesn't matter what you type in. Anything makes you eligible as long as you have a UK address we can send stuff to. And you will be in to win this Mind Flayer. It's a fluffy Mind Flayer for 1. For 2, it's also a dice bag. Zip in the back of its head. So you can put your dice in its brain. That is the way this works. So yes, join us on the chat today and you will win a wrapped one. Not this one. This one is obviously contaminated. But you can win a one that's pre-wrapped and we can send that out to you as long as you hold a UK address. So join us in the Twitch chat for a chance to win that today as well. Finally, we play with a diverse set of characters who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we both encourage and champion trans players and characters and DMs in our games. We have a policy on misgendering that means that we are very careful about it and make sure it doesn't happen. However, sometimes things do slip through. So if they do, apologies, we will correct. If we do miss one, do let us know either in Twitch chat or on the social medias. That is all fine. We also offer a variety of safety tools that we use while playing. So I will be occasionally using pause cards like this one, as may the players, to pause ourselves or to check in with each other. We will also be using lines and veils to help us safely cover over issues we want to avoid. But you can check out more about those TTRPG safety rules, which just one in any. So definitely something worth your while looking into. There's a link in our Twitch chat right now. Do check it out there and join in. Also, if you're here for an Idle Champions Gold Chest offer code, hello, next to Red's head. Hello? Yep. Well, you can get your Idle Champions Gold Chest code. Idle Champions help us with some marketing and some promotion. If you like D&D and you want to play a strategy game, why not give Idle Champions a go? It's an idle strategy game that lets you play with all of the big heroes from all the different Forgotten Realms campaigns and create a team and go and do things out in the world, much like D&D, but electronic. Anyway, your gold chest code is there. Check it out. Or type !code in the Twitch chat. That also works. Good, lovely. I think that's all the AOB. Without further ado, I think we should dive into episode 8 of Icewind Dale Corrupted.
Please.
And we're back. So, to pick up from last time, our adventuring party, originally from Camp Howell, well, not originally, that's where they started the adventure, originally from all over the place, but starting off in Camp Howell, a camp for the Arcane Brotherhood, buried deep in the Reghead Glacier, digging beneath the ice for a crashed Netherese city. And in doing so, in digging, have uncovered maybe a bit more than they bargained for. A strange black ooze that the Netherese seem to use as a consumable, as a way to feed a lot of people very quickly, that appears to have possibly become corrupted in some way. There's a strange god beneath the ice called the Devourer that was a myth until you heard him speaking in your heads. There are a lot of other things going on that make you wonder if maybe this whole place is spinning out of control. And so a group of you have decided to leave the camp, try and find some of the Reghead nomads who travel across the ice and who know about the Devourer and seem to be aware of this ooze as well, and have tracked to their safe haven in times of need. A strange jungle under the ice where hot springs meets glacier. Where hot springs meets glacier, and a strange jungle grows in ash, buried beneath the ice with a constant sense of dripping water and rain and sludge underfoot, where these two worlds of extreme heat and extreme cold collide. You made your way there, fought some of the indigenous dinosaurs, met some of the local Reghead nomads, who informed you that the local Reghead nomad camp was also eating the ooze, and also corrupted. However, the guide that you met fully believes that you can deal with all of this by finding the priest of this group of nomads who has ventured deeper into this strange jungle under the ice, into a space called the Mouth of Tempos, where roaring fires create a sort of strange tooth-like maw, which you can't see and I've only had described so far. And so the party is deciding to pack up after a long rest in this strange place under the ice, known as Koliar by the local inhabitants, and move to find this priest of Tempos and maybe start to uncover what is going on and how to fix it. Although maybe one of the party now has a better idea of how to fix it, thanks to talking to their god last night and getting a slight jump forward in the story arc. But, you know, it's
what are gods for?
Yeah, exactly. So you are all finishing a long
love how-
rest. Yeah. You are all finishing a long rest. You have been resting in this space in Kuliar. There is this strange ashiness on the ground, but Ashra's dome of tiny hut has given you all a place to rest overnight. You are able to step out, you are able to stretch, talk to your NPC allies nearby who have all decided to stay, and chat about what you're going to do before the day's events. It's hard to tell day or night because you're still in this eternal night that's covered the entirety of the Icewind Dale and don't know why that's happening. What would you all like to do as you awaken? Don't
Contemplate, clearly. Go on.
Ivy will make sure that before they head off, she's gone to have a quick hello with Viktor.
Mm-hmm.
Not Viktor, sorry, Cyrus, Victor's friend. I'm very sorry, Viktor.
Victor, you are shut down. You are not required
We get
for
to
this
go
scene.
on a whole fun adventure together. Cyrus is staying here.
Cool. Cyrus is getting up and just like, oh, yeah. Cyrus is a dwarf. Cyrus is, again, like Victor, well-travelled, well-seasoned. Tough little gamey little dwarf, and is just getting up and having a stretch as Ivy walks over. Hey.
Hi, could I have a word? It's nothing bad, I promise. Just help.
Cyrus sort of looks around. Me.
Yeah, hi.
It's fine. Just we don't tend to talk, just you and me that much.
No, but you've been the kindest person ever to Aspen, and now I'm leaving her behind, so...
Oh, right, yeah. Good kid.
She's the best. Also, yeah, sorry, it's not that you're not, interesting. I just don't talk to many people unless I have to. I'm sure you're lovely. We can chat if I come back alive.
I feel like I've made it weird by talking about how little we talk when we started talking.
It is quite weird now. Can we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Sure. Still weird, though.
So Aspen's staying here and is going to be helpful and brilliant and safe is the plan.
Yeah.
And she can fight enough that she can help if things go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
If strangers come, can you just take Aspen and hide? Can you just do that, please?
I'm not amazing at the hiding.
No, but the thing is she knows she has to, but she probably won't. She'll stick around and be like, it's fine, and then she might die. So...
I can tell her to go hide.
That's fine. Just make her hide. Make her leave.
Okay.
And that might be better if you send her to hide, and if you get a chance to look, if they have one of these, she needs to never come back until they've gone.
Please describe what you are showing to Cyrus.
I am showing Cyrus a tattoo on the back of Ivy's neck that is very difficult to see unless it's pointed out. It blends into her hairline very
This is
nicely.
the first time we've canonically seen Ivy's tattoos, so tell us a bit
Yeah,
about
it
it.
probably is. It looks like sort of a very strange combination of a wisp of smoke and some spilled ink. It looks
Sorry.
like
In
nothing
my head,
that would be...
it's a bad tattoo. It's what it was in my head. It's like, oh, so that's a mistake. That's a mistake tattoo. That's what
I mean, it's meant to look like nothing remotely powerful or
I understand.
interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, when oozy things have happened before, not bad ooze, Ivy magic shadow ooze has happened before, then it has darkened and suddenly become very different. But when it is resting, it is much more grey and misty and not very interesting at all.
If they've got those...
I asked, they're here for Aspen. They want to take Aspen. You have to not let them take Aspen.
Do you all wear them on the backs of your neck?
Yes.
How am I going to see it?
By looking with your eyes.
I've been traveling with you for a while and I never noticed that.
Then you can accidentally set fire to their hair, and then when you put it out, have a look. I don't know.
Just put a lot on me there. That's what you've done.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have made friends with my little sister if you didn't want to help keep her alive.
Okay.
Basically, it's probably fine. There's probably going to be no one, and if there is someone, I'll be like a goat herder. It's all fine.
Yeah, but now I'm going to have to check everyone for weird back of neck tattoos.
Yes, but we're going to be gone for like 4 hours. The number of visitors you're going to have to like this obscure secret bit of glacier in a hailstorm is not that many.
Yeah, but I have to check all of them now.
But there really won't be anyone probably. We're talking
But there
about like
might be.
Yes. Even if there is a steady stream of 100 random, sinister-looking strangers, then yes, I am asking you to tell Aspen to hide every single time and then check all of their necks. You know what? It's probably more straightforward to assume they have a tattoo in a bag, make her hide, and if they ask, have you seen these two women? Be like, no, I haven't. Let's just do that. Forget I said anything about tattoos. Just hide Aspen. No, you haven't seen her. Okay?
Okay.
Maybe this is why we don't talk.
Maybe.
Just,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you're lovely. I just get a bit intense when, she might die. Just have a nice time. She's teaching you to play chess, right? Just, do that and show her,
She's not teaching me to play chess.
How many times have you won against her?
Well, none. She's really good, but I know how to play chess.
I see. So she's teaching you to win at chess. I should have phrased myself better.
I think this is why we don't talk.
Because I'm right. Okay. Just have a nice time and don't let her die. Bye.
Sarah's is just partially a bit annoyed, partially unsure of what the hell's going on. Just gonna watch you go with a kind of okay. There's just no idea quite how to handle the situation.
Maybe he doesn't have much charisma.
Evidently. Any more? Please make it less awkward.
Gonna go
challenge, make it more awkward.
Oh, yeah, steer into the skid.
Emma?
Oh, I was gonna say, do you want to go first? But
okay. I would first I'd like to get dressed, and I feel as though today definitely demands beach wear. So probably quite a sunshine yellow kind of bikini with a massive hat, really quite. I want to stay out of the sun. Sun is bad for you. You must always be careful of it.
There's no sunlight. Just hot.
That's just a message for the kids, Chris. Just be careful in the sunshine out there. It's dangerous.
Don't burn your head, kind of thing.
Exactly. Don't burn your head. Don't be stupid enough
I
to
see.
do that.
Okay. So you're wearing a hat to tell people that you don't want them to burn their heads.
Exactly.
In character. Sorry, you're in character.
The era. Exactly. This is not about me personally. I wouldn't do that. I'm not stupid.
Audience redburned his head today. It happened. I'm telling you all now.
You're doing my cover there, Chris. I would like to use sending to send a message to Colbeck back at the other camp, if I may.
Sure, yeah.
Message reads, "This is your conscience." Not really. Situation bad. Conflict imminent. That's 10. Several days journey away still. Report situation. Your end. Hugs and kisses. Milk.
Is that 24?
That was 24.
Amazing. Well done. You get back. Sounds complicated. We've started digging deeper. Everyone seems very interested in finding more beneath the ice. We've all started eating it. Milk. I'm worried.
Oh, darn. I will take a moment to reflect on that news, and then I'll go and seek out Ash at some point.
Sure. Cool. Prosp'rus.
I would like to have a quick chat with Kenna before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hey.
just wanted to, check in before we go.
We spent the night sleeping in the same...
I know, but we were asleep. You can't talk while you're asleep. I mean, I know that sometimes you can talk while you're asleep, but no one can hear you.
Okay. I'm good. Yeah, I'll wait here. I'll make sure everyone else is safe, and if my people come and are kind of like, ooh, you should definitely eat some, I'll be like, no, and then no one else here is going to eat some. It'll be fine.
Cool.
Yalis is on side, points at the other member of the nomads who is standing outside with the 4 other members of the nomads who are all hunting out here and are not ooze corrupted and are trying to make their way as well.
All right, well, would you feel patronised if I stay safe?
No.
Stay safe.
You too.
I'll see you in a bit.
Hang on, you don't feel patronised either, do you?
No.
Good. Cool.
It's nice. Give her a big hug. And then go.
You just head off.
Well, not without everyone else.
But you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Milk, you were going to talk to Ashra and Viktor. What is your wake up?
I'd like to have a word with Prosp'rus and then say goodbye to Cyrus, if possible.
Sure. As Prosp'rus walks away from Kenna, Viktor sort of zoop, appears in frame.
Oh, hey, Viktor. How you doing?
Prosp'rus, good to see you this morning. We prayed last night, didn't we?
Yes. It was good.
Did you hear anything?
No. Just my own thoughts, but I don't think I've necessarily heard them for a while, so that was quite good.
Good. I'm happy. I did hear something.
Wow. Not the ooze.
No, not the use, quite the opposite. But I have an answer that I think makes a lot more sense now. It's sunlight, Prosp'rus. Sunlight is the thing we need to use against the Devourer. Very difficult right now, but it also explains why this is happening now. And
that makes so much sense.
Right? It's sunlight.
Can you do sunlight? Because I can do sunlight, but it hurts people.
Yes, it's a very powerful spell, but I can do it.
Wow.
I can do it a bit, but we have something.
That's amazing. And she spoke to you.
Yes, she did.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. It is amazing. It was a very good talk, and I learned something very important that I'm telling you, and that's why we're having this conversation, and that's it. That's all.
Okay. Well, it was very good praying. I'm sure that's why she helped.
Of course. Praying is the thing I do best, and the best prayer. Probably because I prayed so good that she finally thought to come and visit me. Yes, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Cool. Maybe we should tell everyone. Do you want to tell everyone?
Oh, you go ahead. You're better at speaking to crowds.
The sunlight will, be the thing that stops the Devourer. It literally purifies the ooze. So if you cast Dawn and the light touches people who are corrupted by the ooze, you will clear the corruption from them. Just to be clear on specifics of what it will do. So, for example, if you cast it now, you, Cyrus, and Ashra would no longer be corrupted. But it's a 5th level spell. I think it's your only spell slot.
I'll not be able to cast it again
Exactly.
to another long rest. I don't know and say that.
Well, there's a whole camp of Reghead nomads who are all corrupted as well. So
Exactly.
Has it got a big radius? The spell? How does it?
Dawn, off the top of my head, 60 feet. Yes.
Okay.
60-foot radius. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
Cool.
You get a lot of people in a
corrupted folks.
120-foot circle.
Yeah.
Lots of Icewind corrupted folks.
Great. You were going to go head across and talk to Cyrus, who is currently looking at Ivy walking away with a look of mild annoyance, but also like confusion. Hang on, try and get that.
Hey, what's the problem?
I am a consummate actor. I went into the role and I found it, and don't judge me.
Oh, it's very good roleplay. Hey, what's the problem?
It's fine. What's up?
I just came to say goodbye as well.
All
Maybe
right.
they're sticking. And just, I have a solution. And I do have a spark of hope in how to get us out of this. And it's going to be okay.
Can you cure it?
I can, yes.
Can you cure me now?
It's a big spell, and I'd want to wait until we had a few more people to also cure it at the same time. But yes, I can soon.
Milk?
And it'll be okay.
Cyrus just turns around. Milk?
Yes?
Can you do that thing that you did last night so that it's about to wear off? I know it's about to wear off, and it'd be good to not be...
Absolutely, darling. No, don't need to ask me twice. Yes. Any specific instructions you might enjoy for the next 8 hours?
Not to be scared of the ooze and not listen to it was what we did last time, and that worked really well. What do you mean?
Absolutely. But we did inject a little bit of just general positive feeling. I wondered if there's any particular areas you'd like to work on, perhaps contemplative. Any ideas you'd like to meditate on? Do you have a sense of your purpose and identity in the world? Can you make me better at chess? Emotionally, internally, that you'd perhaps like to work on?
Can you make me better at chess?
Oh, I can give it a damn good try.
Do it.
So Milk reaches out and goes, listen not to the voice of the ooze. It's nonsense. Instead, hear mine. Go about your business, be relaxed and calm. Always think 7 moves ahead. See the board from their perspective.
Cyrus chooses to fail the saving throw. Oh. Feel a lot more calculating than I usually am. Thanks.
Anytime. Well, once a day.
Cyrus is going to Cyrus was talking to Viktor and sort of turns back. Sorry, AOB. What?
That was all. I just... sorry, my memories from last session are a bit fuzzy. This is Poe. Cyrus is staying behind, yes?
Cyrus is staying behind, again, wanting to make sure everyone else is okay, and also being aware that, as slightly corrupted by ooze, a bit of a liability, and is being cautious around that.
Yeah. Okay, that was it then. I was like, I know you're staying behind, and I'm very proud, and I had a conversation last night, and we don't say this a lot, but I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah.
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 I realized it's been a long time since I've said that, and you're important to me, and I don't want to forget that again.
I didn't forget it.
No, but maybe I did.
That's okay.
And I'm sorry.
Don't be. We've been through too much for things like that to get in the way. It's all fine.
Right. Right. Well, have fun. Sorry I can't test out your new chess powers with you.
It's okay. I'm thinking 7 moves ahead when I haven't started playing yet.
Well, best of luck. And look after the kid, Aspen, yeah?
Not you as well. Yeah, I'll look after the kid, fine. I'll look after the goddamn kid. She's quite capable. Never mind. Milk, you going to talk to Ashra before you depart?
Yeah, is Ash up and about?
I'm probably going through my spell book, just checking things. I'm crossing out Chromatic Orb, which is the one I always roll.
Oh, George, have you done it now? Have you crossed it out completely?
It's not prepped. It's done.
Oh, wow.
Gosh, that's quite serious.
There's probably I'm going through my spell book with a quill, and I'm just like nodding as I just like squiggle over something.
Right. How does she look? Is she sort of looking cheerful, upbeat, or
Never, probably. Quite focused, like thinking 7 moves ahead. No, thinking about what's coming and what we're going into, and just like the logistics of it, and the very unemotional like practicalities, and like what we'll need, what we won't need, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Which is a comforting place for her, I think.
So Milk will approach to a distance of a few feet away, I guess, and then sort of loiter in a sort of relatively professional stance. Hoping.
I'll look up at you
In a
and
bikini.
Try for a smile. Yeah, right. Yeah. Try for a smile. Dressed practically as ever. Then
It's important to keep morale up at all times. I wondered if I... But I'll take a seat. Attire is not what brings me here to discuss, though at some point we might want to. I did a sending this morning to Kolbeck back at the first camp. You obviously are acquainted with that lurk. It seems that they've all started eating the ooze. And the
as we expected.
Yes, inference was that he was quite concerned. Which, I don't know, he's not one who's usually concerned.
Kolbeck was worried.
Exactly my point.
Kolbeck.
Yes, you understand my intimation.
The 7-foot-something slab of horrifying...
Yes, murderous rogue. Yeah, yes, completely. I don't think worried is ever a quality I've observed in him before. So it has me slightly concerned. I mean, it doesn't necessarily change our situation here at all, but if the aim of the game is to save the lives of those people, it would seem that there is something of a clock ticking.
We had assumed so already. We're moving as fast... Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. We're moving as fast as we can. We need whatever answer we can get from here and then to make it back. We've had to rest a little more than I would like, but that's a necessity. It's not been a luxury.
I understand completely. Just wanted to make you aware.
Thank you. Really, thank you. How are we, Milk? You and I. I know we spar in various ways over our positions, but right now I think we're so far beyond that. I would want to know that I'm not, I guess that I don't have to watch my back because you might be watching it.
Yes, no, I'd say at the moment it seems very much that all of our lives are very much bound up together. As you understand, we all came here with various lists of priorities and with various thumbs pressing down on our necks. I'm sure you're no different to me. But it's funny how those things slide off the table when the situation changes.
Blizzard and eternal night and such distance, and this ooze, yes, they make it seem less important somehow.
I think at the moment our lives hang very much in the balance out here. We are very far away from anything we might be approaching security, and perhaps that is our most important priority right now.
I'll take you a little awkwardly by the shoulder and just sort of give it a sort of affirming sort of like shoulder, whatever that is, shoulder tap kind of thing. Thank you.
You all need to start higher charisma characters for scenes like this to work.
Ashra has a middling charisma, but it's not as low as you would expect based on how she acts.
20.
Yours is fine. It's people like Ivy trying to go have meaningful conversations and Ashra trying to be nice that make this whole thing fall down.
So you should only have meaningful conversations if you're charming and really good at people.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Ashra has a charisma of 14.
That's not bad.
Probably
And I felt
that's
that.
a little bit below that in terms of her actual... Yeah.
Cool, right, good.
If we've got the chance, if Ivy is coming back in to complete the circle, if Ivy's coming back in off her conversation with Cyrus, I would like to grab Ivy.
Please do. Grab Ivy. Don't physically grab Ivy, she'll kill you. But
No, that would be a horrifying idea. I value my wrists being intact. I've been meaning to ask you something, and now seems as good a time as any if the danger is what it's said to be. Well, I understand why all the others are here, all that we brought with us. But you're just a minor. Heavy look, obviously, like, no, bullshit. Why are you here? I mean, of course, what I'm doing is you know my secrets, so I'm making sure that I know yours in case we get back and I need leverage on you. But that's a joke, by the way.
Is it though?
It's most of a joke. It's
I
half
take
a
my
joke.
earlier statement and I double it.
Ms. Beckett, I mean no disrespect, but my secrets are my own, and keeping them to myself has served me well so far. Why should I tell you anything?
When you're
So diplomatic, I love it.
Get
You're one
bed.
you're one of two people who knows about. I nod at the skeletons, and for anyone who didn't see that episode, in a conversation with Ivy a few episodes ago, it came out that the skeletons and at some point zombies that Ashra has in her retinue are former members of her family who died under circumstances and are kept around partly out of emotional affectation. You're one of two people who knows about that, and I was honestly joking about the leverage, but telling you made me feel lighter. It's like showing more of myself and being a little more understood. And that's not something it's not something I really want out here, or not wanted when I was back at the camp. But being out here on the edge of the world, it felt a little good to be seen. And I'm hoping it's not important. You don't have to.
I hadn't realised you had told so few people. I wasn't fully aware of the privilege. Thank you. Being seen is an interesting concept. That's sort of the opposite of all the things I've ever been taught. Okay. But not because I have a huge amount of faith in ever feeling lighter about anything, but because you have more of a chance of surviving this than I do, and someone else knowing would be helpful. There's no one else in here, is there, Chris? Are we talking in your bubble? Or
I would say that you are packing up towards everyone leaving, but Ashra hasn't left the dome yet. If everyone else is outside the dome getting ready, you could be in effective, complete isolation if you wanted to be. So this would be a place where it would be safe to talk.
that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize that by me telling you anything, I am binding you to look after Aspen if I don't come back.
Certainly. That does seem to be a theme.
I did offer to lend you my pesky little sister, so you know. Ivy Dern is a construct. She is a fiction. She does not exist. Aspen is also a construct who does not exist. My name is Persephone. My sister's name is Artemis. We were taken in by an organization called The Pitch when our parents died. So, oh gosh, it's so long ago. I would have been 8 and Artie was tiny, a baby. And they benevolently, charitably brought us up. You know The Pitch, you know what they do.
George, roll me a history check.
All right.
Sorry, Ash, roll me a history check. George, roll his check for Ashra.
23.
You have heard of an organization called The Pitch. You had written off that there could be a secret organization of assassins that was you're aware of things like the Black Network and other parts of Faerunian society that are nasty secret organizations. The Pitch was one that you had sort of heard about and filed under probably a fairy tale, because if they did exist, then there would be more known about them, and there isn't, which either means that it's a bunch of people, it either means it's a very small organization with delusions of grandeur, or it means that they are horrifically good at their job.
That's scary.
Yeah. Like, what you either have is, oh, it's a nobody, or oh god, it's real. Like, that's the two different versions of this you can choose to go with.
I've heard of The Pitch. I thought they were, an urban legend.
They work very hard to maintain that facade. No, they have people in every organization. I'm assuming they have several in yours. We are spies and assassins with no empathy, no compassion, no mercy, no pity. We do what we are trained to do, and given, rewarded with particular powers and abilities that I have no idea how they work. You have seen a few of them. If for a job well done. Anyway, no point getting sentimental. They are pure evil. I have killed more philanthropists, foster carers, doctors than you can care to mention if they were deemed a threat to private interests. But Artie is everything I wasn't. She clocked very, very early that they were terrible, terrible people. And despite the fact I tried to get them to keep her mouth shut and keep her head down, she was about 8 months into her training when she decided to refuse a direct order. And instead of killing her target, she went to his house, knocked on his door, and told him that he was under direct peril of death. He immediately successfully escaped, which is good for the world. He was a very, very good man. I hope. The pitch will definitely have caught up with him by now. But he didn't die that night. And Aspen, Artemis, fled as well as she knew how. Idiot. And because the pitch are skilled in people's weaknesses, they thought it was only fitting that I should be the one to eliminate the problem. Which I nearly did, because, I am broken, but Artemis is not. And she is still alive. And instead of doing the thing that would break me beyond repair and take out the one good thing in the world, we ran all the way here. And we think we are safe. We think no one has come, but I don't know. No one disobeys. No one leaves. There is no way out. So I don't know if they will give us up if we're not worth chasing, or if we must be brought back and made an example of. I don't know. So in the meantime, we kept our heads down so well the entire journey, and we made it here to this dead end armpit of nowhere when no one was going to find us. There was going to be no trouble, and then this had to happen, and I was careless, and now she is in trouble.
Sometimes the cosmos just wants you to fail.
Jesus Christ.
Removed. The Arcane Brotherhood, the pitch, all of them, the Zentarum, the secret organizations, this game, I play it by choice. And I made that choice in part, and I've been able to play this game as well as I have because my family's gone, and you didn't have a choice, and your family's been pulled into it. And family is different.
That is still more generosity than I deserve. I had choices. I made the wrong ones. Artie was in exactly the same situation and made the right ones. So, I mean, thank you. But anyway, this is not. I don't need your kindness. That's not what this was. We can pretend you know nothing. You don't need to find the right words to say to me. I think we'd both find that excruciating. But you know the threat, and you know how precious she is. You will look after her.
Well, you said it would be better if someone else knew, other than you. If you don't come out of this, what would you want done with that information?
Nothing. It needs using for awareness of her danger, not anything. Yes, it should. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. We can't turn around and take on the pitch. They're invincible. But if no one knows, as she is young, I don't think she quite believes their reach and their evil. she needs someone older and wiser and more cynical who knows that there is a threat and there will always be a threat to keep her safe. Sorry.
Okay. I'll offer you a handshake.
Let me roll and see. Ivy will look at it and then hug you.
Go very stiff and awkward for a second, and then return the hug, still somewhat awkwardly, but yeah. It's not
Cool.
a thing I do much of.
After about 3 seconds of that, Ivy will leave without making eye contact.
Fair. Yeah.
Shipping it now. Good. Lovely. Okay. Is everyone else ready to go?
Yep.
Yes, I
We
intend
don't need to roll. Oh,
I intend to walk and talk.
Okay. We don't have to roll
we-
what?
We don't need to role play it, but Ivy will obviously say goodbye to Aspen. Stay safe, don't die. The
Yep.
usual.
Dunk. Aspen is in the middle of a chess game with Cyrus and looks to have to be concentrating a little bit harder. Like, yeah, I'll see you later.
Well, I could die, it's fine.
Sorry, it's just Cyrus has got up right side of the bed today. I am.
Maybe you had a really good inspirational speaker.
Any bed that has me in it, darling.
Good instructions.
Right. Yes. You all head off. As you head off, Yolis will step over to you all. So it's quite easy to follow because it's a ravine, so it goes just, keep going, heading further in. If it's getting hotter, you're getting warmer, closer, It's a joke, sorry. So yeah,
Symbol.
if you head, you'll eventually find the mouth at the end of the ravine. You should be stealthy, be careful, it is dangerous.
Wait, you're not coming with us. You're just going to send us there and say when you find somewhere hotter, just walk towards it.
I'm looking
These
after
are
my
your
people.
instructions.
I'm looking after my people. It's very hard to miss. It's a ravine. You can't exactly get lost.
Fine.
Ravine with a hellmouth on the end, we'll find it.
Likely dangers.
More of the dinosaurs, more of the big lizards. They don't know they're dinosaurs.
Big
More of the big lizards. The fire sometimes becomes animate and
Great.
yeah.
Fire sometimes becomes animate.
Like fire elementals. They sometimes
Yeah.
appear in
Oh.
fields.
Good.
Okay. I mean, at least it won't be cold. I mean, there's that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's not
Take
cold,
the coat
though.
off.
For a change.
Cool. Sounds good. Shall we go?
I'll keep everyone safe here.
Sorry, that sounds incredibly dangerous. We should be careful as we walk.
We're going, Prosp'rus.
We're going. But Prosp'rus, are you okay as we walk?
So you're walking. Everyone roll me a stealth check to have this conversation
Mage
quietly.
armor as well.
Yeah, fine.
7.
7.
Yeah, fine. I'm just.
Hang on, stealth checks.
13.
13.
Oh, wait, no. I didn't roll at disadvantage. My bad. 12.
Why are you rolling at disadvantage?
Play
Because I
armor.
wear heavy armor.
Oh, okay, but you're no longer exhausted, just to be clear. That's done now.
No, I'm not exhausted. No, just 12.
Ivy, did you say 28?
I did 19 on the dice and I had 9.
Okay. Ivy stops existing in this reality. No.
Is this like stealthy for the tunnels? Stealthy. I rolled a 5, but I'm just.
This is stealthy walking through this strange under ice jungle to avoid more dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was a 5.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ash.
Natural 20 for a 22. Sometimes the cosmos.
It
does
had
want
to
you
come back
succeed.
at some point.
Have you rolled for skeletons?
Oh, yeah. So, there we go. Here it is.
I was thinking I'd save my key for hitting things, and now I am regretting that choice.
That is 4 and a 10.
There it is.
Be fair, they're not talking, but that's
Yeah, I won't talk. I'll just telepathically talk. That's mitigating my 5 to a degree.
Well,
Right.
Prosp'rus rolled a 7 and is talking.
It's
so, you know.
just that. Right, yesterday, Viktor told me how to talk to Chontea, which I've never done before, so that was interesting. It doesn't involve planting seeds, by the way, so if any of you want to talk to Chontea, you don't need any seeds, although I have plenty of seeds. If you want any seeds, I've got seeds. I I've got off topic. What was I talking about?
There's a very ominous rustling in the bushes about 50 feet away to your front right.
You were talking about gods, I think.
Right. And
The rustling gets ominously louder.
I look at it.
Yeah. So you didn't manage to speak to your god, or what? Like, what happened?
no, but I did talk to myself, and what I learned was that I brought you all into this really dangerous situation for the wrong reason.
As you
I go
say
and punch
this,
the bush.
as you say this, the bush continues to rustle, and either you go over and punch the bush.
I said it, so yeah, I guess I do.
You run over towards the bush. Are you just sort of punching through this bush, or are you like reaching into the bush? Are you like, what are you doing?
What if the bush has spines?
I think
Ivy, this conversation was for you.
Ivy's run off. No, Ivy's run off and is engaging with this bush. Go on, Ivy.
I mean, sensible Rebecca wants to take an investigation check, but Ivy is pissed that she's told people to be quiet and possible threats and is just going to go punch into the
Okay, can you make me attack roll with disadvantage as you can't see the thing you're attacking? Just
Yes.
tell me what you got.
The lowest was a 16. Which
Oh
is
my
lovely. I'm sorry, my dice like me. All dice like me. 25 to hit.
That's hubris. That's what that is.
Yeah, that's going to get you one
You
day.
punch through the bush, and as you do, you impact something. You don't know what it is, but something is in this bush, and you can feel a sort of scaly. Can you roll me the damage on that punch, please?
And so what I was saying is that it was for the wrong reasons, and I realised that the right reasons...
Thank you. Prosp'rus, as you and Milk are having this quite loud discussion out there, Ivy, as you punch, you can feel this like impact going, and as you do, from the bushes all around you...
What have I done?
It was entirely your fault now. You punched that bush.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I'm aware of this.
7. Now, there's an important point I have to make here about the word I'm going to use. 7 dinosaurs that look like what you would term velociraptors, because you've seen Jurassic Park, but that's not what a velociraptor used to
I've
look
actually
like.
never seen Jurassic Park.
Okay, Jurassic Park called a certain kind of dinosaur a velociraptor that isn't that kind of dinosaur. That's actually called a Deinonychus. But yes, they all are leaping out with surprise attacks on all of you because none of you have any idea that they are there, apart from Ivy, who ran over and punched the one in the bush that was trying to draw your focus. Because they are smart. They are smart.
I said, can I look at it?
Yeah,
Can I
you were
roll a
looking at
perception check?
you rolled a okay. Roll me a perception check, Ashra.
Okay. It won't go well, so it's 16.
No, you could see the one rustling, and we don't focus that, but you had no idea that one was about to pounce out of the bushes at you, as these creatures are particularly good at this. Everyone, please roll me initiative, and then we'll do a surprise round.
And our stealth doesn't help, I assume, because it's
No.
no conversation.
No, it does not.
Oh. 10.
7.
I was like,
Oh, hang on. Need the initiative track.
yeah, sorry.
Do. Excellent. Right, can you just shout out the numbers first, and I'll do the tracker in a second. So 10 for Victor,
7 for Victor.
7 for Prosp'rus. Just keep going. Anyone?
17 from Milk.
17 for Milk.
And 19 for Ivy.
19
Also 19 for
Ivy.
Ashra.
19 for Ash. What is up with you today, George?
The dice are going
Don't
well.
say it! Don't say it! Don't say it!
I'm not treating this as a given. I'm just surprised that it's happening.
I think your dice are going to continue rolling well all game.
I am not that optimistic.
Oh, why did
Right.
you say it?
It's
No.
fun.
So Ivy goes first.
Shocking.
Ash goes second.
dull.
Then there's a whole bunch of dinosaurs. Then there is Milk. Then
I'm going to get
there
him round
is
before.
yeah. Then there is
Cool.
Victor, and then
Reactions.
holding up the rear, Prosp'rus.
I think I've been last in every single combat.
Makes sense. Your dexterity mod is 0. Right. So on the surprise round, Ivy, the dinosaur that you punched doesn't get a surprise round because you punched it. You're aware that it's there. It doesn't act on this turn in that way. However, the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all going to be running around
Wait,
and
there are 8 in total?
yes, and they are all leaping out of the undergrowth, just flying in. These incredibly sharp, serrated claws, one on each hand, just out, their legs out, their mouth wide open, as out of the bushes. One attacks, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. There are 5 of you to hit, but Ivy ran forward. So I'm going to say that 4 of them, one is going... There's 7 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. One is going to run up towards Ivy and run around and try and run in and pounce because they're super fast as well, just to be clear. But the remaining 3 are all going to be taking second attacks at some of the bigger ones of you at the back. So probably one more on Prosp'rus, one more on Viktor. Probably one more on either Milk or Ash, and I'll roll for it.
For anyone who's concerned about the arm
Milk.
appearing here, it's Chris,
Oh, sorry, yes.
who also is here.
We live together. Yeah. Good. Right. So attack rolls. Splendid. Prosp'rus, 2 are attacking you.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm. Right. The first is an 18,
That just hits.
and the second is a 11, which does not. Make me a strength saving throw.
Okay, that I'm sure will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have +9 with so 25.
Cool. You are not knocked prone as it leaps out and lands on you, its claws digging in, its head snapping away, trying to bite you and claw you to the ground. Ooh, it's a good roll. You take 22 points of damage as it slashes and claws against you, trying to bite its way into
That
your
was one
armor
hit.
on one hit.
Oh my god, Ashra, you're going to
And there's
die.
8 of them.
And there's 8 of them. Right. That was the 2 on Prosp'rus. So one has leaped in, the other has just sort of gone past you, but you are holding on to one of them quite tightly. Viktor, there were 2 attacking you.
Oh, lovely.
The lowest one there is a 15.
It does not hit.
Okay, the other one is a 21.
That one hits.
Cool. So again, you manage to dodge one as it flies over you, but the second you don't see comes in from behind you and pounces on you from behind and is just biting at your back. Can you please make me a strength saving throw?
+5 because you're next to me.
Fine.
Next to me.
That's fine.
+5. Hey. So that's... Hey. It's a 17 on the die and I get +6.
Yeah. So you also are not knocked prone by this creature, but you do
Love that.
take 18 points of damage as it claws and bites into your back. Right. Milk, there were 2 on you as well.
Okay, could you have one of them make its roll with disadvantage, please?
The first one, sure, no problem.
You can choose.
The first one rolls 12 to hit.
No, that would fail.
Right, so one leaps towards you, and you sort of have a strange... How does your sort of strangeness function here with them not hitting you?
It's just like a car windshield, in that it's running straight forward and then just goes plunk and then just slithers.
So one plonk, like slows down, while the other leaps forward and tries to attack you as well. Oh, that's a natural 1 on the dice. So that one goes flying towards you. And how do you dodge out the way of this? It's a nat 1, so you can make it look like a fool.
I'm still engaged in the conversation with Prosp'rus, so I'm just going to slightly... that is just, oh gosh, fascinating. Is there ever a right reason to lead people somewhere? I just don't know.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. Goes flying past you. No effect whatsoever. Ashra, there's only 1 attacking you, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. There's only 1 attacking
You'll find
you.
that it's enough.
Oh, God. It's a 9.
Yeah, no.
How do you dodge out the way of it?
I think I'm just standing still, and it's not quite getting. Well, maybe I'm backing up slowly. I'm just doing a slow back up, trying to line up a shot. As this thing is
As you back up, it pounces out and lands in front of you, and it's just like staring you down. Its claws out, just this big sort of almost avian, almost like big jaw, just out and just staring directly into your eyes, and it's right in front of you.
I look at it unimpressed.
Right. Ivy, the one that you was in the bush, has turned around to you, and it was very clearly in the bush, just shaking its tail around wildly, trying to attract attention, because they're smart, and it is now turned towards you and is now about to attack you as well. That's the surprise round. So, Ash, you enter initiative. Ivy goes first. Ivy, what would you like to do?
Okay, I don't think any of the other things other than punching I can do are useful against a flock of velociraptors, so I'm going to punch them.
Cool. They're not velociraptors, they're Deinonychus, but...
See, they are Deinonychus. Okay,
They are Deinonychus. Velociraptors are the size of chickens.
So they're like the things in Jurassic Park, but
which everyone
Not-
thinks are velociraptors, but they're not velociraptors.
I
Yes.
thought it was the other way around. Okay.
Deinonychus.
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 I just
Cool.
keep hearing Dionysus.
I keep eating Balalaika.
Drinking so much wine.
Is that-
There's your Greek mythology joke for you. I do
Thanks.
read Greek mythology.
Yay.
That would be a 23 to hit.
Boom, you sock a velociraptor in the face.
Cool. And then my second attack is an 18 on the dice, so a 27 to hit.
Yeah. You hit.
Right.
As it's there, you just boom, go in and punch it.
That is for 10, 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. 2 big hits. It's not downed, but it is
At
just.
all.
No, it's not down. It's like it's taken damage, and it's looking like it's like winded. It's not below half
Okay.
hit points, but yeah, it's like
There are 8 of them.
there are.
Then
be here
we're going to be
forever.
fine. I'm going to spend a key point and flurry of blows.
Please do.
Don't think it's worth stunning a huge amount of dinosaurs. One of them is 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Wow. And the other one was a nat 19.
Yeah. All of your pitches. These are not. There are 8 of them. These are not high armor class things. These are
This is 19 on 19 damage.
cool. You strike out twice again. Are you all punches, just getting in with uppercuts and jabs on it?
I don't think it's anything creative. I think it is jab cross to the face.
With the 4th cross, as you hit it, it does slump back. It's not knocked unconscious, but you can see that it is now like one eye is half shut. It's holding itself kind of lightly and limply. You have damaged it quite badly, but you have not taken it out.
Call to the party. It takes about like 5 punches.
Ivy, you are 50 feet ahead of the party, just to be
Yes.
clear. Grand.
But most of them have run past me, right?
They all ran round. None of them ran past you directly.
No, sorry, not for attacks of opportunity, but it's not like there's a wall of baby dinosaurs, me and the party. Most of them have gone round.
They're not baby dinosaurs. They are very
They're
scary.
not the size of a T-Rex.
No, they're not the size of a T-Rex.
That's what I mean.
Small. They are canonically terrifying. Okay, they are
I've
scary.
seen Jurassic Park. They're horrible.
Lovely. Right, so you have started rocking and socking the dino in front of you. Ash, there's one literally in front of you, like ready to attack.
I have 3 questions. I have so many
Yes.
questions. Is the one that's engaged in combat with me also engaged in melee combat with my skeletons, or can my skeletons move safely without triggering opportunity attacks?
How close would your skeletons have been walking to you?
Fairly close, not like next to me necessarily. So I'd
If
be
they're
more
next to you,
likely-
then your skeletons would be in melee combat with it automatically.
Fine, I'll have them switch to. I don't want to do that. Yeah, well, yeah. I'll have them. As long as they go after me, I'll have them. In fact, I'll see what happens about my action before I order them to do anything.
That's
Second question: with a fireball of a 40-foot radius, how many of the not velociraptors, branded velociraptors, could I hit without hitting the party members? I'm assuming it's not
2.
great, given
They are interlocked with everyone. They're interweaving with everyone. You could hit maybe 2 without hitting any of the party.
Cool. Won't do that then.
Yeah.
And my
it's
third
a
and
melee.
final question, I promise. What are these medium creatures?
Their size is medium. Yes.
Yes, good. Okay, I'm going to do the other spell that's shaped like a ball, which is I'm going to cast Watery Sphere on the one that's engaging me in combat.
Yes.
So I sort of pull my brooch, and a sort of a growing ball of sort of brackish, dark grey, blackish water forms in front of me and attempts to engulf this off-brand velociraptor.
What does that have to do?
To make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay. Ugh, that's a 20, non-natural.
Oh, well, that succeeds, but the effect persists, so it will be. So on a successful save, the creature is ejected from that space to the nearest unoccupied space of the creature's choice, outside the sphere.
I think as you create this sphere in front of you and try and capture it in it, it just like it leaps through the sphere directly at you as it's about to attack you. So it's like it's using the sphere as like Bizarro cover to like leap out and hit.
Yeah. I'll put that in a spin cycle. So I now have the sphere, and I can do things with it on subsequent rounds. I'm going to hovers a few feet in the air.
Sure.
I'm going to order the skeletons to if they're now out of melee range of the one that was directly in front of me, I'll have them range attack it.
Okay. It's a melee, so if they, I think
it is in melee, so I'll have them do it with short swords then.
cool. Have them both attack. That's absolutely fine.
Okie dokie. That's a 15 and a natural 20.
Yeah, both of those hit. One of your skeletons, I don't know their names, George. We haven't.
Marcus and Prin.
Marcus will slide in with the short sword and just stab. Very routine, basic thing, because skeletons tend not to be that, vivacious. The other one will stab in and just happen to catch it in the jaw, and will just like stab into the jaw and like through the lower jaw, out the cheek. Like it's a really sort of like, ugh, like it's quite a sort of horrible slash as it goes. What's the damage on those two?
Regular damage is 6, and the critical damage is an additional, as in. Oh, I didn't roll twice. No, I did roll twice. That's just bad. Is also 6. There we go.
Wow, you keep thinking they'll be effective and they're not. Good, right. This one looks like it's like it's taken a hit. Like it looks like this was quite bad for it, but it's not like super badly hurt. Cool. It's now all the dinosaurs' turn because they had a surprise round. Ivy, the one on you is going to run away.
Good. That's great.
Because you punched it repeatedly. And it's going to try and run past you towards the others because they're pack animals. That's what they do.
I get an attack of opportunity?
You absolutely do.
I'm going to punch it, please.
Go for it.
No one saw that coming.
Shocker.
That's only a 15.
That just hits, yes.
Nice. That's a bad roll. 6 whole points of damage.
Cool. As it goes, you punch it in the side, but it keeps going. And it just runs straight past you. Looking at the combat, it's looking at all the people who are being pounced on, and is going to make a random roll because it doesn't really care. 2. And it's going to run up and dive at Milk instead.
Sorry.
Right.
Does your thing recharge, or is it?
Not that fast.
Oh, okay. That is a non-nat 20 to hit you.
That would hit
Haven't
me.
you technically had a turn since your? Is it every turn, or is it per
It's
rest?
not every
Sorry.
turn.
Oh, sure.
per rest.
That'll be quite. Yeah.
Cool. Make me a strength saving throw, Milk.
+5. +5.
Thank you. That would be 21 with a +5.
Cool. You don't get bowled off your feet by this, but the one that leapt past you, like, oh, then you turn and suddenly another one's just running out. Like it's covered in bruises and scars, but it's leaping on top of you and just claws into your front, which is currently like just bikinied, so it's not like amazingly well protected, although that is an illusion. You take 14 points of slashing damage as it claws into your front, but it doesn't drop you to the floor. Right. Ash, the one that is on you, is going to keep trying to attack you. And is going to try and pounce through the... If it moves into the area of the watery sphere, what are the rules?
It has to make the saving throw again. Any creature in that space has to make the saving throw.
So it's already made the saving throw. It hasn't moved out of that space.
No, it gets ejected from the space if it fails. If it passes the saving,
then it got ejected in your direction. Then it got ejected
Fine.
in your direction, so it's not going to do the roll again. It doesn't need to. It's just going to go like straight for you.
Yeah, makes sense.
That is not fantastic. That's a 15 to hit you.
Doesn't hit. Mage armor saves me.
It leaps at you, and your mage armor. How does your mage armor function? Never had it actually sort of hit. Really.
Yeah, it's only really visible when I'm casting it, but it's a magical layer of force that's briefly visible, like a sort of chainmail kind of force field, but it's not visible except when being cast or being hit.
As it tries to bite you, it almost bounces off you, just, and it's now on the ground in front of you, and it sort of gets up, like trying to get through, but so far, no luck in breaking through your armor class. Prosp'rus, the two on you are going to try, and they both leapt past you. One is still on you. They're both going to keep trying to bite you down and knock you onto the ground. The one that is on you cannot pounce at you. The other one is going to run out of your range. It's going to run out of your range. You want attack opportunity on it?
Out of my range.
Yes, it is.
That is a 22 to hit.
It does, yes.
Right. 9 and so it's 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage as it runs out of your range. It takes the hit from the side. It takes that sort of slicing as it goes, but it quickly does a very sharp loop because it can run fast enough to do this, turns around and runs straight back at you and pounces onto you. So there's now two of them on you. The one that pounced on you is going to try and bite you first. Please make a strength saving throw.
Natural 20 for a 29.
Yeah, it doesn't hit anyway. As it runs towards you, I think it's fair to say you probably strong arm it, just no, and knock it aside. It's still in your space, still attacking you, but it hasn't.
Probably with the scythe.
With the scythe.
Still.
Well, there's another one on
With
you.
the
There's
handle.
two on you doing this. The other one can't pounce on you because it can't run away because it's on you, but is also going to be sort of constantly like snapping at your face, trying to get through. There it is. Non-nat 20.
Yes, that will beat my AC of 18.
Finally. It's a terrible roll. You take 7 points of damage as it bites and manages to cut into the side of your face, probably with that bite. That's the 2 on you. Victor, the 2 on you. Neither of them... Did one of them hit you, didn't it?
One of them hit me, yeah.
Cool. Same as the other ones. That one's going to stay on you and going to keep trying to attack you. The other's going to do a very tight loop around to attack you again and try and leap on you and knock you to the floor.
Given that we're all clumped, does that run out of anyone else's... No, we've used a reaction. Never mind.
You've used your reaction. Milk hasn't used a reaction yet. Milk's about to get 2 on him, so you might want to save that.
That thing I did, Entropic Ward, that was my reaction.
That was your reaction, yeah. So other people don't really have reactions, that's the problem. Only you really do, and there's too many of them. There's too many of them. Right, Victor, one runs, does a very tight loop and is going to pounce on you again. There it is. That's a 25 to hit. So make me that strength saving throw again. You are close enough to Prosp'rus.
+5.
Yikes. Yeah, that is 18 on the dice. So
okay, it leaps on you again. There are now 2 of them on you, but neither's managed to drop you. That one, 23 points of damage as it jumps on you and starts biting. The other one is also going to keep attacking you while on you, but it can't. That's a nat one. The other one, if you're in any way shaking yourself off, is going to fall off you with an and land on the ground next to you. But there's still one on you. Yeah, they are vicious, and they got a surprise round. That's the 2 on Victor. Right, we are left with the. Hang on. 1 round back to Milk. There are 2 on Milk, and there was 1 on Ashra. That's right. We are left with the 2 on Milk. So, Milk, there's 1 already on you. Then there's 2 more around you who are also, because neither of them hit you, are both going to tight loop and try and do like running attacks to pounce on top of you. It's another nat 1. I'm putting that dice away. 1 again leaps by you entirely. The other, there it is. 23 to hit.
That would hit me.
Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's with a +5, that's 7.
And downs you and leaps onto you and just rides you down to the ground. You are prone now, which means everything that attacks you melee has advantage, just warning you. And they are on you and prone at this point, which means it can also make a bite attack as a bonus action, which it does with advantage. Oh, that's a terrible roll. Does a 13 break your armor class?
It does not.
Even though you are prone on the ground, it doesn't manage to cut through your armor. It's just on top of you and biting and slashing away. You do take the damage from the first one, which is another 14 points of damage.
Okay.
yeah, ouch.
Youch.
Milk, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
What's the topography of the situation? Like
Quite flat. There's a lot of these trees, these sort of trees growing out of the ashy ground around you.
How big are the trees?
Some of the trees go up to about 30, 40 feet tall. They are quite large. The ice roof, the sort of like ice above you where this ice is sort of slightly melting in places, slightly raining, slightly snowing through in places, is about 50 feet up.
Okay. I am going to dimension door myself to a healthy-looking tree branch. High up one of these trees. Within reach nearby.
Roll me a nature check to determine a healthy-looking tree branch.
An 11.
11. You do manage to spy a branch and think, that looks like a fine branch, and dimension door straight up to said branch. As you land on it, there's kind of, you're like, oh, is it a fine branch? Is it? Oh, is it? It is. It's a fine branch. Just.
Good.
That is your action.
I'm just going to hang out there. Yeah, I don't have any bonus action fun stuff. So
and you're what, about 40 feet up?
Yes. How tall is the tree?
Well, the trees can be up to about 40 feet tall, so you're like 30, 40 feet up. You're quite high up, but you're topmost branches.
Yes, good. Up there.
Grand.
Somewhere out of the way.
You are out of the way. Victor.
Hello.
Hello.
Milk, just how bad are you doing?
Half bad. Half bad.
Half bad.
Half bad.
I'm doing incredibly bad. Let me see. If I did like mass healing word, would it just be like? Should I wait until
what is
more
the
people?
range on mass healing word? Because Milk is
feet.
Oh, fine. Sorry, Milk went quite a long way up and 30 feet's off in a rangefinder, so just checking. Yeah, you could hit people.
I'm down 30.
Oh yeah, let's do a mass healing word.
You do have like 2 of these off-brand velociraptors just like snapping at you, like right near you. You can still cast spells, that doesn't change anything, but it is like in the middle of all this is going, oh, and trying to heal everyone quickly. Yeah.
I'm also dying. Well, mass healing word is a bonus action.
Okay.
So could my main action be to try and move out of the way, or to?
If you use movement, you will get attacks of
You
opportunity
can
from
use
them.
your action to disengage.
You can use your action to disengage
Dodge.
and.
Nice. I would like to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
To disengage.
Do you want to cast mass healing word before you do this?
Dodge
Yeah.
might be better, as George
I think they can
suggested.
chase you down. That's the risk.
They
of
are
disengaging.
very fast. You've seen how fast they are. They are faster
Dodge
than
means
you.
that they have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Okay. Sweet. I will. Should I heal first and
Yes.
then dodge?
Heal first, then
I
dodge.
think-
Because dodge lasts a round, so that's fine.
All
So
right,
they will
let's
have
heal.
disadvantage on attack rolls against you as you sort of raise your shield, looking at the 2 of them like you've definitely got yourself set to like defend yourself. And in the meantime, cast mass healing word on everyone, including Ivy. Everyone's within 60 feet. So yeah,
That is 15 points of health for everyone.
did you add on all the life cleric stuff?
I did.
Excellent.
Awesome, thank you.
Everyone gets 15 hit points,
Thank you, Viktor.
and Victor is dodging.
Okay.
Excellent.
Can I give mine to someone else?
No. Prosp'rus, save them from this mess.
It feels really early to cast spells. We have a long way to
Save
go.
Just hit things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and hit
The 2 on you?
well, one of them because stacking. I'm gonna try and hit the one that I've already hit.
The one that
ran away
Luke-
and came
yes,
back.
Gotcha.
Neither of those will hit. Even with a plus 10, that's a 12 and a 14.
The 14 hits.
14 hits?
Yeah, 14 hits.
You said 15 just hit last time, so...
Oh, sorry.
That is... 9 add 6, 15 points of damage.
Cool. As you slash out wildly with the scythe, the first one misses entirely as you just cut past them. They are very quick, but the second as you cut back, as you reverse the handles, reverse the size handles so that you're cutting backwards, you slash backwards and catch one of them in sort of the upper arm. They sort of lean forward as they move forward, like sort of like an avian run, and you do cut across it and it goes flying off to the side. It's looking like it's under half hit points, but it is not badly hurt at all. Bonus action for you?
I'm just thinking about it.
Okay.
I will bonus action cast Sanctuary on Ashra.
You cast Sanctuary. Ashra goes before the Velociraptors do.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
The
Well, I'm
word,
not going to cast a spell.
the
Though.
wording
Wait, hang on.
on,
What is
the
the
wording
wording?
on Sanctuary is if you make an attack, cast a spell that affects an enemy, or deal damage to another creature.
What do you say, Chris, about a spell that is already cast that affects another creature, but I'm not casting anything new?
There has been a lot of debate about Sanctuary, particularly around this area, because Sanctuary, if that means if a wizard casts a concentration spell and then Sanctuary is cast on the wizard, it doesn't matter what the concentration effect is, it will continue to have that effect. Yeah. So I would say that Sanctuary is specifically for characters that do not attack. In other words, healers.
Wait,
So can you specify in this situation, would
Because
it be worth
I'm
me
not gonna
casting
cast a
Sanctuary
spell,
on
I'm not
Ashra?
But you
deal
have already
damage.
cast spell. If you're concentrating on a spell that will catch them in this watery sphere, I would say that is still an aggressive action.
yeah, fine, that works for me. As in, I'm going to do that, but
So no point casting
So I
on
won't
Ashra.
cast it. Okay. In that case, I won't take a bonus action.
Cool, no problem. Right, top of initiative. Ivy.
Ooh, looking around, Prosp'rus is Prosp'rus. Milk's up a tree.
Yep.
Victor's looking pretty ready.
Yes.
How's Ashra? Are you in the air, or are you just standing by yourself?
just
Being
standing.
hit by off-brand velociraptor.
I'm controlling an oversized ball of floating water, and I seem pretty how- and full health. So
Cool. I'm going to come and help Ashra. How...
Victor, sort of quite badly hurt. Prosp'rus, taking some hits. Ashra, full health. I'm going to go help Ashra.
Ivy knows that one of us has come very close to dying before. She's also learnt what it looks like when someone's concentrating on a spell that needs to not get bitten lots.
That's fine. Of the dinosaurs around Ashra, One of them has taken some hits from the skeleton and has a sword currently sticking through its cheek. The other ones look fine, and the 3 that were on Milk, who has noped out, are all looking for new targets. So
Cool. So I'm going to go help that.
Mhm.
If I run towards the wounded one,
the wounded one that Ashra has wounded. Ashra's skeleton is wounded.
yes, what happened to the one I nearly broke?
Currently fighting, was in the same area as Milk.
Okay. If I run towards the one that the skeletons hit, am I
Yes.
going to invoke any attacks of opportunity?
No. The melee in here is quite mad, and they're doing a lot of running around. If you were pushing through past Ashra to try and find specific ones, I'd probably give you a couple, but you're not. Like, if you're running up to the one that Ashra's skeleton is currently hitting, you will be running into that combat.
And I won't waste a bonus action teleporting. I will just run in and punch the skeleton.
Punch the skeleton.
No punch skeleton.
Don't punch the skeleton.
Don't punch the skeleton. Skeleton's your friend.
No, not the skeleton. I said it, but I didn't mean it. I'm not going to. If I'm going to punch the dinosaur,
The off-brand
please.
Velociraptor, the Deinonychus, yes.
Words. One is only an 8 to 8 plus 9 is 17 to hit.
Yes, it
That still hits. And then one is 17 on the dice. So
Yes,
26
those
to hit.
2 hit. Roll me the damage.
Is that blah, 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 8 plus 10, 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Your 2 hits as you run up behind. You're running in, and like, you can't kidney shot a dinosaur, but you are aiming for like mid torso. And as you run in and punch at mid torso, it does like to the side. It does look quite badly hurt. It's already got like a sword hanging out of its face, and now it's sort of favoring one side as well. It is definitely bloodied, and you might be able to take it out.
Okay, I'm gonna another key point, another flurry of blows.
Sure.
It's not original, but it is working.
Hey, it's what you
By
do.
the hits.
And one is a 16 plus definitely hits, and one is an 18 also hits.
Yep. Chances are you're going to hit them every round unless you
Very
roll
hard to miss now.
spectacularly low. Yes. Sorry.
2s and 4s.
It's another 19 points damage.
Oh, it's 21 hit points. You again like hit twice, and it's cowering and looking quite badly hurt and quite worried is the best phrase you can get on its face, as there are now 4 creatures attacking it by itself, its other allies all in melee with other things. It is going to as it steps back, and it sounds like it's calling for aid.
Good. Cool.
Ash, it is your turn. The one in front of you looks very, very badly hurt. There's another one off to the side that looks like it's taken a few hits, and Prosp'rus has hit one pretty hard. But there are still 5 who've not taken a single hit yet.
Can I tell you about my new tribute band, Bowling for Deinonychus? So I can move the watery sphere 30 feet in a straight line.
Yes.
How many Deinonychusoi could I move that through the space of? That's what it's for. That's what the spell's for. It has to be a straight line. So I can't like wiggle it. I can force them to make saving throws.
I love it.
You can bowl it through me if you want, because it's strength saving throws,
Oh,
and I will
totally
probably
can.
be
Yeah, okay.
fine.
If that lets me hit more,
George,
then I'll
I will
definitely
say
do it.
that if you want to bowl it through freestanding Deinonychi, you can just roll it and hit 3. If you go through Prosp'rus, you will hit 4 of the ones that have taken no damage yet.
I'm going for 4.
Go for it.
I'm going for the jackpot.
Here is where I roll a 1
All strength saving throws, please.
and end up in a sphere of Dionychi?
Dionychuses? Dionychi?
Deinonychusoi, I think, would be the.
I rolled a 19 plus
Yeah,
9.
we
It's a
go.
28.
You're fine. Okay. The Deinonychus
My DC
roll.
is 17.
Oh, dear God.
Is that good or bad?
DC is 17. The highest roll there is a 14.
Cool. So what I've done here is I've conjured a magical floating washing machine, and I'm now putting 4 Deinonychusoi into it. They are in the sphere.
Describe how it rolls across them.
Am I wet now?
You probably are wet, I'm afraid. I think
I'm
the water
afraid
disappears
you're
when the
already
spell ends, so you'll be
relatively
temporarily
damp
soaked.
because of the air temperature in here. You're in heavy plate, and also it's constant, like, snowy drip rainfall in here.
But now this is like dark swamp water, as
So
described.
I've got the proper like spellcaster hands like controlling this thing, and I just move it across. Like do
So
this
you
sort of big
waterbend.
swoosh.
You waterbend.
And I'm waterbending this. Yeah, the sphere sort of moves. It's not super fast, but it has that kind of like momentum, inevitability kind of feel.
Right.
And as it passes through each one that fails the saves gets sucked into this sort of mini vortex whirlpool thing.
How many medium creatures can this hold?
4,
Oh, perfect.
and they're restrained.
Oh,
Oh, I love this
Oh,
stuff.
that's
Everybody, please punch the sphere of dinosaurs.
That was awesome.
that's
You get to save at the end
incredible,
of
George.
each
I
turn,
love
but-
it.
But they are restrained
Ivy-
in the sphere until
Ivy will just yell, Ashra, that was great!
Prosp'rus is
I appear
damp
to
and
be
is
having
like,
a good day.
yes!
I will make sure that if I've got enough movement to do it, I'll move it so it's not within 5 feet of anybody who doesn't want to be there. I guess I can leave them near Prosp'rus. That's fine.
If they're restrained, they attack with disadvantage anyway, don't they? So,
Yeah, that's
like,
true. Yeah.
the ones in the ball, they're not like they're smart for animals. They're not so smart. Like, is it grappled? Do they break out, or is there no saving throw?
No, they get a save at the end of their turns.
Okay.
But they're restrained otherwise.
The 4 in the sphere are all going to try and break free of the sphere. Only one of them is one of the ones that's been injured. The rest are all fresh, if you will. Right.
They don't have to spend their action doing it. They just get a save. So they can do anything with their action if they want to.
Well, they can't do anything with their action because they're restrained.
Sure.
they make ineffectual meh noises. One pulls itself out of the sphere. The remaining 3.
He gets ejected, like as he flies out.
It was flying out of the sphere, wet and upset at the end of its turn, landing on the ground, like trying to wash the water off.
Is this like a magical lizard dispenser? Is this what you've produced?
I've been working on a project.
The 2 super damaged ones, seeing that a lot of their friends have been trapped, but also seeing that none of you appear to be that. They haven't got any meat. They haven't managed to actually kill anything yet. The 2 that are damaged are going to scarper, just run off. The one that was damaged by you, Prosp'rus, that is on you, has seen this ball go past, is looking at you. Is probably going to make some attacks at you, but it is very close to just running away at this point. It is unsure of what to do with this decision. So it's going to try and attack you, and probably, depending on the attack, then either stay or go. That
Will I
is...
stay or will I go?
It's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Cool. So as it sort of... 18 points of damage. As it sort of... It decides to just sort of go in for a bite and grabs hold of you and actually breaks into the armor and cuts into skin, and therefore it latches. It latches on its jaw and it's not letting go. The remaining 2 that are not trapped in the watery ball or have just been thrown out of said watery ball are going... They're the ones on Viktor. They're going to both try and attack you with disadvantage. The first is a 16.
Doesn't hit.
The second, is an 11. So they're both biting at you, trying to get through your AC. Realize that their friends are stuck or leaving and are also going to run off. You get an attack of opportunity if you want it.
Oh, I'll let him run off.
Okay, they go. They just run. Ivy.
The one that was in melee with me that had 2 hit points left, do I get an attack of opportunity, please, Chris?
That one is one of the ones that tried to run away. Yes, you and technically Ashra would get a tax opportunity if you want them. As it, the skeletons would. Skeletons get tax opportunity too.
Well,
Yeah, they're using swords. Yeah.
that's 23 to hit, so
Yeah.
it's dead now.
As it goes,
Down, please.
you just and it poleaxe hits the deck. Gone. You've got one dead one on the ground. There is a screech from some of the
satisfying,
others as you
riding a
kill one of
T-Rex.
them because they're pack animals. The 2 that are on Viktor have run. There are 3 still inside the ball. The one that got ejected from the ball is just sort of looking around, like confusedly, not quite sure how to deal with this. What would you like to do, Milk? It is. You can see down here that they've had their surprise. They've not managed to take anyone down. They've not got fresh meat, so they are mostly making a run for it.
So just to refresh on the lie of the land, there are 3 in the big ball of water.
There are 3 in the ball of water.
Many others are fleeing, and there's one on Prosp'rus.
There is one on Prosp'rus. The rest are all fleeing, apart from one that is dead.
Okay, the dead one I can probably just leave to its own devices, I think. I will Eldritch Blast the one that's on Prosp'rus.
Please do.
What am I doing? And again. So An 18, a 12 to hit.
The 18 hits, the 12 does not.
Okay. That is 6 points of Eldritch Terror.
6 points
Sorry,
of terror
Prosp'rus.
hits it. It doesn't notice it, but it's still like it doesn't really understand what's happening to it from the top. It's just attacking Prosp'rus right now, and it's probably realizing this is a bad idea, but there's also not a lot it can do about it right now. Viktor, the two that were on you have fled. There is one latched onto Prosp'rus, and there's one very injured one staggering around confusedly after being spin cycled.
Right. I'd love to attack the one by Prosp'rus.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Sweet. I'll just Sacred Flame it.
Mm-hmm. Fire a Sacred Flame off.
Lovely. Sorry, that's not my D8. That's my D8.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Dexter.
12 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, it takes 12 points of radiant damage, and it's still not dead. Just hanging on for dear life on Prosp'rus.
Does.
It's your turn, Prosp'rus. There's one on you that looks really like it's been seared and singed. It's got like 3 hit points, just hanging on to you for dear life.
I've rolled a natural 1 on my first attack because clearly George sent me some dice.
Curse is cast.
This is what's happened. And an 18, so 28.
It's kind of weird to scythe down. It's not weird to scythe down. That's what scythes are built to do.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, you managed to, after 2 successful strikes.
It's biting me. It's probably got one of my arms.
It's on your leg.
A 9 plus 6.
Yeah. You
so
just
15.
cut through it and probably decapitate it as it hits the deck. Its jaw's still attached to you. Its head's still attached to you, but the rest of the body is gone.
No, I shake it off.
Roll me a strength saving throw. Shake it off.
It's another natural 1.
No, it's attached to you. You can't quite get it off. Ivy, there is one left with 6 hit points. It is going to run. Like, you can see that it's looking to leave with its buddies. The 3 inside the watery sphere. George, if you move that sphere 30 feet away and loot them, they will run. You can tell now that
they're going to do exactly that. Yeah,
Cool.
we'll get there.
Are we okay to end initiative there, as they all basically are going to scarper
yeah.
and hightail it away? Cool. They do. They all run.
I'm like looking at my side, like I don't know what's happening right now.
Well, as you all start to take stock of how that went and maybe think about stealthing a bit more carefully, that's where we're going to take our break.
Hey.
So, see you all after the break. Well, hopefully the party learned the value of pass without a trace.
We got really bad stealth scores.
I know, it was really bad. But there
Don't
we
put
go.
us in stealth situations. We can't do it.
Look,
I will
sometimes...
cast Pass Without a Trace next time.
We'll see you all in
fresh
5
key points.
Bye. And we're back. Hello, everyone. So, all of the off-brand velociraptors, the Deinonychuses, have run away after realizing they couldn't find a tasty morsel that was going to go down quick. So you are all, some of you battered and bruised, some of you halfway up a tree, but you are all settling down out of combat. George, if you move the watery sphere away and then drop it, they will just scarp her. They are done.
How precarious is my situation now that I have a moment to look at it?
If you move a little to your left or right, the branch is probably like creaking audibly. Like it's not like a problem, but it's like this is not the safest location to be in. It's also a 40-foot drop down.
Milk doesn't want to have to ask for help, but
How
but
are you
gonna
planning
hear like
on
hello.
getting down from there?
Well, it might seem that in the heat of the moment, I somehow I didn't get that far in my planning.
Would you like me to climb up and help?
I mean, I wouldn't want to put anyone to any.
Cool. I'm assuming that, like every character in D&D, I have a 50-foot length of rope.
Yes, of course you do. Yeah.
Great. I would like to walk up the tree because I could do that.
You can run up the tree. Now,
I would like to run up the
if
tree.
you run up the tree, you can do sort of cool parkour-y style jumps as you go to like jump your way up the branches, and you finally land on the branch that Milk is on.
I mean,
and
I can technically run up vertically up the trunk.
you still have to stop somewhere. So you get to the top
fair.
and you land on the same branch, and there's a very audible like creak, and the whole thing sort of like bends down a little bit. So not the safest.
Okay.
I mean, usually I'd say something sarcastic, but I'm not sure we have long. So
What would you like to come to me and I will help you down, or would you like me to throw you a rope? You can tie it round and you can shimmy down a rope.
I'm just gonna cling on to you, and if you just and I'm just gonna like grab hold of Ivy. I don't like heights. Don't tell anyone, but I really don't like heights.
Good choice to magic up a tree then. Okay. You looking after you? I don't need to look after you. You're holding on, okay?
I'm good. Yes.
Then I would like to carefully climb back down the tree.
Cool.
Probably with disadvantage.
Now, because you can move half speed when you are technically grappled with someone, if you move 25 feet down the trunk, you're only 15 feet off the ground. You then have the ability to slow fall. So you can slow fall and you will take no damage. And you can twist in the air so that you're effectively making sure that you take the weight of the fall, not Milk. So you will sort of, grabbing hold of him, like jump down. Milk sort of, oh my God, like leaping as you go. Bless you. Bless you.
Again.
As you go down, Milk is like, oh my God, like bouncing down. And then Ivy, at the end, for the final jump, you know that you're going to land hard. So you twist in the air and you land on your own like back and shoulder, but for a very careful combat roll, you roll out of it and leave Milk lying on the floor. No one gets hurt, but it is like a like land, and that's it.
Pull him up.
Bravo, Ivy. Thank you. That was really quite high. I mean, contiguous. If you think about it, that was.
Sort of only 40 feet, but also, yeah, cool. Yeah, sure.
Hey, thanks.
You'd be very useful for retrieving cats out of trees.
That could be a new career path. I hadn't thought of that.
So the terrifying dinosaur jungle is still all around you.
Yeah, maybe we should walk and talk, but quietly.
Well, not talk.
I mean,
walk and walk.
I'm happy to not talk, but I walk a step and everything clanks.
I will do the thing again. I'll make you quiet, but quieter.
Awesome.
Okay. So, Ivy, describe your passing without tracing.
I didn't describe it last time, did I? I think it will be similar to the darkness with the like start of the tattoo and then tendrils creeping out, but this time from the sole of her feet that will just spread out in the radius of Pass Without Trace and just some black shadows on the floor.
I think there's a certain element of this where you can do it more subtly, but now that these people are aware of your abilities and have seen you do them, you're being less cautious about that, and you can all see like shadows extend in a sort of inky pattern from Ivy and strangely encompass most of you in this ring.
I guess the other times we've done it, we've been in tunnels underground, so it's been much harder. It's much darker, so much harder to spot. Whereas now we're in a jungle.
It's still dark in this jungle. Like, it's still eternal night above ground, and that hasn't changed. So there's not much light around here at all. But you can all see this as this happens.
It's the noise they It's not.
That's the bell component right there.
Can you all
I
roll
don't
in?
know about you all, but I'm shattered, so I might just lie in these bushes for a while.
What, already?
Plus, that takes lasts an
It's been
hour.
a long morning.
It lasts an hour.
We need to walk now.
Okay, fine.
You could have a little sit down in a bit.
Good. I agree with you. We should probably press on.
If
though
you
I
get
am.
really knackered, I'll give you a pee back, all right?
Okay, thanks.
You can all roll a stealth check and add 10 to the roll. George, including your skeletons, please.
Cool. I must be keeping a keen eye out after that ambush.
I got an 18.
So you got
Whoa!
an
26.
8. 26.
Also 26.
26.
31.
Victor?
That was only a 12 on the dice.
Sorry, remind me what I'm rolling.
A stealth check, please. That's fine. Stealth check, please.
Stealth check. Oh, that is 17.
Is that plus the 10?
No, it's not. It's 27.
Nice.
Ooh, even with disadvantage,
Very
that's
nice.
incredible. Victor
I was
also...
listening to everyone else. I was like, this can't be a dice check. They're all too high.
Yeah, you are very carefully crouching. And Victor, despite Victor's like heavy armor, Victor is like very quiet, very light on his feet. Tabaxi. George, what about skeletons?
Skeletons both got 29.
So Prosp'rus is the lowest with an 18.
Clank.
Cool. You all start making your way carefully through this jungle.
So anyway, as I was saying,
Can we talk quietly now? Is that a thing
Yes,
we
you can
do?
talk quietly. Yes,
Cool.
you can talk quietly amongst yourselves while you go. That's perfectly fine.
basically, I just realised that maybe adventure wasn't the best reason to come, and I should have been more pro the, saving people, which I was pro, but, less pro the adventure side and more pro the saving people side. So now, taking the saving people side more seriously and being less enthusiastic about the adventure. That's all.
Wait,
So to clarify, you're still behaving exactly the same way, but before you do, you go, but it will be dangerous.
Is that not okay?
No, it's great. I love it. Just wanted to check.
I thought that you were connected to some of the local community and had a pretty good sense that we'd find answers to the larger problem by making this long, perilous trek days into the wilderness. Is that not? Did I have that wrong?
No, that's true. But I also really wanted to make the perilous, dangerous trek.
Good. Okay. Good. Good to know.
You all move
I
forward.
like the new you.
You all move forward through this jungle space. As described before, the ground is strange here. It's like it's wet ash. So it is slightly muddy almost, but it also has a slight like silt-like quality. And there is a sort of faint sort of suctioning as you step through it. The root systems don't seem to go too deep under this. Like trees seem to sit quite high with roots like almost exposed, a bit like mangrove trees. So there is quite a lot of like exposed wood all around you as well as you move forward deeper into this ravine. Really? Exposed wood? That was the line? Okay. Wet ash got some of you. Right. As you're moving into this ravine, it does widen as you go. It's still like you can't like look and go, oh, I can see the edges. But it is like it's a wider ravine and a deeper ravine than the Howling Encampment was in. But you are moving through this slowly, and as you do, you can see more of these like pillars of black rock. They're less of the like broken, shattered pieces of city you've encountered at various other points throughout this adventure. It's more that there are like bits of it that look like almost jungle ruins that are wrapped in vines in places or have trees going through them and things like that. So you are seeing more pieces of ancient Netheril as you move through this space as well. As you go, you also do see more of these large lizards, these dinosaurs that you're starting to term. Some of them are the sort of quite small, quite angry-looking ones that you occasionally wait as they move past. Others a bit big. You don't see any more of the like big T-Rex style things. You do see some very large ones, like we're talking the size of a small house ones, with these very long craning necks that are pulling the choicest leaves off the top of branches and that sort of thing. They don't seem to be that bothered by you passing, but also most of them don't seem to notice you. With a stealth roll of as high as you all have, it is relatively easy to make your way through this space without any kind of attracting any more attention. As you are moving past these pieces and moving through, you are occasionally catching sight of these, like, it almost looks like these overgrown temples in a jungle, these pieces of Netherese architecture. And some of them do look like they could be like doors, like windows that could be accessible. Like there are other parts of the city you could explore as you go if you were interested to.
Sort of state is the architecture in?
Where you've seen it so far, it has largely been like entombed in ice, and where it has been broken, it has been like shattered with a city impacting. A lot of these look a lot more like kept together. They're quite solid pieces. Like they have crumbled more than others, presumably due to some of the water damage from this space, because there is constant, like, not like heavy rain, but like sort of faint, like misting drizzle throughout as the ice melts off the top and becomes water as it falls down. But yeah, you can.
I'll whisper to Malinois. Just go have a fly around, see if you find anything interesting amongst those.
Mm-hmm. She will sort of float as she goes, and roll me a stealth check to Melinoe. Use the pass without a trace because she'll start the roll in this space, and that's fine.
Okay. She gets 18.
18. So she is moving sort of squid-like strangely through the air and will sort of disappear inside some of these spaces and then reappear out of another like cracked part of the ceiling and that sort of thing. As you continue to go through, you will pass one where she will float through and then float back down on your shoulder and go, "There's an active magical effect inside this one that may be of interest. I can't make head or tail of it, but maybe some of you can."
Okay, I'll hold up. I'll move over to Ashra and relay that information and point out the building.
Any information as to what?
No, it's kind of beyond Malinoe's scope, I think.
There's a talking head.
I'll try and catch the attention of the group at large. There's something we should investigate this way. It's a small diversion, but maybe worth it for more answers.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's go.
I mean, we came this far.
Great.
Cool.
This particular chunk that you are walking past that Melinoe flew in and out of has an arch in the base of it that looks like it may have once been some kind of doorway. As you step towards it, you can see that this sort of ashy ground has kind of gone inside, and you're stepping in at a slightly higher angle than this quite large, wide space was made for. And as you walk inside, I mean, do you have any lights that you are currently casting or using to see? Because most of you can see in the dark apart from Ashra. Ashra, how are you currently traversing the space? Because it is very dark and wet down here.
In the jungle in general?
Yes.
I
will say because you're not blind, like it's not that dark.
No.
But you could have been moving very carefully with your friends, and then in here could potentially light something up to get a better.
Yeah, I can have one of the skeletons carry a torch.
Okay,
in fact, may as well have both of them light torches or carry torches for this purpose.
As you step inside this sort of shattered piece of city, they both spark up torches on your request, and this sort of flickering light catches all around you and bounces off this very like glassy black stone that you've noted before as part of Netherese architecture, which is all around you. You appear to be in some kind of large hall or similar. You're not quite sure what you're in. Parts of the wall are broken away, and it's not in any way like complete, but it is managing to hold itself up still, and there are clearly steps on one side leading upwards, although the space they're leading up to is choked with vines and things like that, so any kind of upwards egress is out of the question. Moving around this space underfoot, you all get a vague sense that the ground underfoot is changing slightly, and looking down, there's a lot of gravel, a lot of rubble, like on the floor. And like small pieces, if you start picking up and looking at them, of like what look like black, like same material, like tablets, like stone tablets. Now, George, we've established beforehand that Ashra speaks the language of ancient Netheril, which is called Laros. You can catch occasional fragments looking at this, but to all the rest of you, it is gobbledygook. It is in sigils and signs that none of you know well enough to make any kind of clever advantage out of. But actually, the occasional word you get, it is higgledy-piggledy. Like it's not like they form any kind of cohesive picture. They are just random pieces with the occasional fragment of a sentence. And it looks like it's a lot of journals or treaties on various things. And looking at this room at large, and with your intelligence score, I will allow that you can work this out. This was probably some kind of repository or library at some point, but has long since crumbled to ash. In one wall, Melanoia will point this out as you all move in, there is what looks like a face, a head, almost in an alcove, glowing blue, this sort of faint blue light. And it looks like it's sort of moving, talking, twisting, moving. It looks like what we would describe as a hologram, but you don't have any kind of reference for that. So an illusory face that is moving, twisting, talking, with a voice that echoes faintly down, and none of you can catch it. It's too far away at this point.
Before we go any further, I just want to say, don't put anything in your mouths. Just general rule.
Is that an invitation, Milk?
Quite the opposite in this case.
Is it possible to roll a perception check to see if there's anything else in here?
Yes, of course.
Not that I don't trust Melanoe, but I don't trust Melanoe.
I'd like to help. If
That's
possible.
fine. You can help with this, sure. For expediency, if nothing else.
That is a 19.
Looking around, you can't see much sign of animal in here at all. Like, it hasn't been used as a nesting ground. If anything, you're relatively smart and known in the way of creatures. If there was anything that nested in here, then it's long gone because there's no food in here. And also, the big, it's not big, the blue floating head might creep
Prosp'rus
people
of
out.
being smart.
Not smart, but worldly wise. You are wise. So I think animals wouldn't want to stay in here particularly because there's no water, it's not particularly good for shelter, and there's no need for shelter in this sort of area space anyway, and that blue glowing head is probably going to freak some animals out.
I think as we move up, I assume we're moving up to talk to the head. I'm going to just remain in a kind of defensive position at the back so that if anything comes in behind us, I'm keeping an eye on the back. I'm listening in, but I'm keeping an eye on what's behind us rather than watching.
No problem at all. You can easily do that. Are you all moving up to the head? It's like you have to go up the stairs slightly and move the walkways at a weird angle because the whole thing has crashed and is broken. But you can easily get to this blue head that is sort of... And it, as you get closer to it, it appears to be glitching. It's not making any cohesive sense in any way, but it is there. Ashra, looking at it, around it, and the reason why it's still glowing and flashing as far as you can tell, there are magic sigils carved into this alcove, and there is a sort of plaque in front of it with various Laros symbols on it. Looking at them, there are various symbols you can see that are still legible. You have to sort of brush away some of the overgrowth on here. The symbols that you can access, there's one that says log, and there is one that says finder. The others are unrecognizable.
I'm going to try and activate one of these glyphs and see if it produces any effect. Please don't be alarmed. I know I'm touching things again.
Are you sure you're yourself?
You've been inside Prosp'rus' aura this entire time. You are now aware of staying in Prosp'rus' aura. That's fine.
No different from usual.
Okay. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm gonna position myself right next to you, and if you start doing anything that's remotely reckless, I'm going to pull you away from this thing. If that's okay. Even if it's not okay, I'm going to do it. I'm informing you.
I thought you were going to say you were going to knock me out if I started to do anything. So this isn't...
Oh, I probably will. But, I was going to be, didn't want to worry you. Cool. Just as long as you're aware, I will only do that if you're about to do something or if you do something stupid again.
Noted. And I'll try and... I'm presuming I have to touch it, but if I'm aware of any other means of activation, I will do that. I have Mage Hand. I'll do Mage Hand. That seems like a good use of Mage Hand.
As you Mage Hand, which one of the two glyphs you can access?
Log first.
as your hand touches, your mage hand in particular touches the log, the glyph lights up, the blue inside tracing, and the head turns and starts speaking in Laros to you. Like it focuses on you and talks to you as if you were there. But it is just going to talk at you and talk at quite some pace. Everyone else, none of you speak Laros. None of you have any idea what this is. However, which of you speak Elven? Ashra, you would know this, but the others might not, so...
I also speak Elven.
Does no one else speak Elven?
Mm-mm.
Fuck it, none of the rest of you recognise this. Laros is based on Elven, because the Netherese lived around the same time as that. If you spoke Elven, you might get every second or third word. But
I'll cast tongues on myself and give him the opportunity.
if you want to burn the spell slot, be my guest.
Oh, whatever, I'll leave it. I just like to be involved.
It's all right. Ashra will get this and can relay information, so there's no need if you want to.
Sure.
Ashra, the head turns to you and says, experiments proceeding as planned. So far, work on food replication has hit few snags on the way. Generally speaking, it appears to be working as expected and should be something we can pass out to the rest of the Netherese cities over time. The need for the silo is something of a concern, definite weight issues and growth issues. However, we are pleased with the process so far. Head, like, again, it doesn't like mechanical, but there's like as it sort of shifts and turns. Magic has failed, city crashing, all quite concerned. Various efforts being made to keep things afloat, but option looking rather unlikely. Most destroyed and gone. Some left, most dead. Some of us staying. Most of us given up hope. We reached too far. And then it goes back to glitching. Again, as usual.
Never thought
Oh, what a pity. Nonsense. Complete nonsense.
No, I never thought I'd hear their words so directly. I'll summarize what I just heard, and if you want an exact transcript, I can provide that.
Gosh, was you speak the language of the Netherese?
Do you don't? It said in your file that you...
It's on your CV along with horse riding.
I'm very good at the non-verbal communication. I always find linguistics a little bit troubling.
That fits. If we had a living Netherese creature, you could... Well, in any case, we confirm some of our theories regarding the origin of this and implies issues. I'm going to see if I can learn any more, and I'll mage hand over to the finder button.
As you mage hand over the finder glyph, the head again turns to you and goes, "Please state the nature of your inquiry."
I'll say silo.
Silo, path not recognized.
I forget the words they used, but was it food replication or whatever they referred to the project as?
Food replicator, path not recognized.
The name for the devourer that I heard in my head.
You can't speak Laros, so if you want to communicate that to Ashra to communicate,
I'll explain what's happening. Yeah. I'll try that word or whatever approximation I can make of it in Laros. If not,
whatever we said, path not recognized. You can see that it is trying, like, every now and again the blue glow sort of like fades out, like it's trying to find a path to like direct you somewhere, and it just stops. It can't make the path.
Schematics,
path not recognized.
Yeah. List available paths.
Available paths. Library. The blue goes down and the whole room has suddenly a faint like boom, like blue glow, and then fades out again.
Did you just make the room glow?
it seems to be an information retrieval system with everything corrupted, except a reference for this place, library. The samples, the pieces on the floor are tablets and physical records. It seems this head must have been some magical storage reference system, maybe to augment the physical files, or maybe as a separate system from that.
Any way of drawing up an archive list for the things that were stored in the library?
I tried to build out what was available. The only thing that returned was library, which was what caused the illumination here. Has anything changed in the room since?
No, nothing's changed in the room since that path was recognized. What you're getting is you're starting to understand how this works, and if you saw more of them, they might be able to guide you if more of those pieces of the city were contiguous.
Interesting.
But yes, you also got a log of how they felt about what was going on, a bit more about what they were working on.
Not that talking heads and books we can't read aren't lovely, but people are in danger.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Your stealth rolls maintain. You can move out of this space.
I'll look back at the place as we're leaving. Like, yes.
You do recognize that this was a library, but all the knowledge in it is gone. You got as much as you could get out of this, and if anything, you're starting to your respect for them and how they functioned as a society, the magic being that accessible and that usable and that simple. Yeah, big heart. But yeah, you all move out of this space together and continue your walking through this jungly space. As you go, you start to realize something. It's getting warmer. And not in that sense of oh, it's nice and warm, I can take a coat off. Underfoot now feels slightly like the ground feels a bit more solid almost, which is strange. And if you sort of move, the wetness of the ground is now very much surface. It's now much warmer, and the wetness is evaporating very quickly. And because of that, there's quite a low-hanging mist now throughout the stage you've reached as you're moving forward. You're also aware that the heat of the ground probably means that the area is volcanic, so maybe some caution about where you step might be appropriate.
Are there volcanic eruptions?
No, currently it's just very warm underfoot. As you continue forward, there is a ahead of you, and a geyser of water just shoots out of the ground about 30 foot to your right and a bit ahead. And as it does, there's sort of the rain, the sort of rainy, misty hotness gets a bit more warm and a bit more not quite scalding, but as it patters near you and slightly on you, it's like that would have hurt if there'd been more of it.
Oh no, don't like that.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can spot any other geysers before, to see where's safest to walk?
That's a survival check, but yes.
Can I help with that?
You can help, of course. You can do it together. That's fine.
You want to roll separately or together?
No, I'll give you advantage.
Oh. That's nice. That is 21.
21.
Thanks for the advantage, because the first one was a 2.
As you're looking around this space and looking around where you are very carefully moving, you realize there are fewer dinosaurs here because it's more dangerous. The ground is becoming more lethal. You also you can start seeing, Ivy, how there are points where there's almost like a reddish glow from underfoot in places, sort of cracking through the ground slightly. And you are able to guide people around areas where it appears the crust is a bit thinner. And as you do, you are all very carefully moving forward and realizing you're probably moving out onto more dangerous terrain. There is another belch near you, either and the ground splits and falls away a little. And as it does, the red glow intensifies. And you can see that beneath this is liquid hot magma. And as it does, this sort of smoke cloud pours out of it and starts to envelop all of you, limiting visibility quite significantly. But you are able to wait.
What can we see in front of us? How far does this go on for? But maybe
it's still quite thick in terms of jungle as you make your way forward. But as you continue forward, this whole area is becoming more volcanic and dangerous, and definitely an issue. As you continue forward in this, being cautious with a very high stealth roll, high survival roll from Ivy, you are able to dodge places where the ground looks a bit thin or a bit dangerous, or potentially someone could fall through. The red glow under your feet occasionally is now becoming more widespread, and you can now see through the trees a red glow up ahead as well. Ivy, as you're moving forward, you can see ahead of you roughly... about 30 feet ahead of you, there is sort of a point where there's another like crack that's starting to like glow a bit more differently. Do you halt everyone?
Is it you have to step over it to get across?
No, it's just nearby, and you can see this is one that's about to go in a similar fashion as
Then
others
yeah,
have.
we're not going to walk past it as it's about to go. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Ivy can walk on water.
Yeah.
Can she walk on lava?
Interesting. Lava as a D&D construct in particular is to do with entering it, because you can't just walk on lava. Like if you walk on lava, you start burning, but because of your abilities, I will say that if your movement takes you off the lava by the end of it, I might do a couple of like small like fire damage rolls for running on lava, but not in the same way as like landing in lava would hurt a lot.
No,
a lot,
I won't
just to
need
warn everyone.
that information.
Yeah. As you halt the whole party, the fissure up ahead breaks open, and there's another like spout, but this time it's not water. It's a spout of like noxious looking, almost like yellowy gas, and it sort of pours out and fills the space. And where it is impacting some of the very few remaining trees now, it clearly like sort of almost burns into the trees a little bit, and the trees are now becoming more stunted anyway. Like this whole area is now a lot more dangerous and volcanic.
How high is the space?
Above you, the ice has now, in the place that you've now moved to, the ice is now a good 100 feet above you, and is also more melted in places, but also you can see large spars of rock are now filling the area as well. You are heading underground. Like, you can't really see much snow or ice at this point.
Okay.
If you hold for that gas cloud, you are able to wait and avoid it. Sulfuric cloud. But as you wait and it passes, you can again slowly move forward, creeping with your survival roll, being very careful. The trees are now basically blackened husks where you see them, and you have to now pick a path through. Most of the ground now has these orange rivulets running through it, and it is extremely slow moving. However, as the trees have now completely cleared up ahead, you can see, as described by Iollas, the end of the ravine is this almost perfect ovaloid circle with these jagged pieces of rock sticking out of the side of it. And yeah, it looks exactly like a mouth. And beyond it is just glowing hot red. And you can see that there is like a spit of land going off, but it's so bright that you can't actually see into it that well. And you are now all feeling the effects of being in an extremely hot location. Can everyone please make me a Constitution saving throw? I will say, because you've been moving slowly and Prosp'rus is nearby, you can all add Prosp'rus +5 to this.
Sweet.
That's 21.
21.
22.
22.
15.
15. Close.
16.
16, you're fine. George, what'd you get?
16 as well.
16. You all, like, heat exhaustion is a thing. None of you have this yet, but it is hot down here, and you can tell it's going to be more difficult over time to make your way through this. You're only about 50 feet away from this mouth. You could make your way there carefully, watching your step very, very carefully as you go. And then there is this spar of land inside this bit that looks like it's not got the same rivulets and cracks in it, not in the same way. You're not quite sure what it is yet.
And we think the people we're looking for are down there.
That was where Yola's told you that the priest would go, yes.
Oh, good.
Can I just spend a minute looking at that bit you mentioned was different and just trying to look at why it's different? And
Sure, from an intelligence check.
Look at the whole, as it were, before we were
Sure.
going to move. Intelligence check. Straight intelligence. That's not great. It's an 11.
You are not a natural geologist.
Nope.
The ground underneath you is clearly very close to some kind of lava stream. This spur appears to not be close to a lava stream. You can't quite contextualize why that would be.
Cool. Do we have a plan to descend? Is this like roping in? Sorry, or is this?
No,
like
it is. You can walk into
on.
it. You can walk straight into it. There are these weird like teeth-like structures all around the edge of it, which means it does have this slightly ominous feeling to it. But yeah, you could easily walk through between them. That's fine.
Do we need to make an offering to Tempos, do you think, or should we just go straight in?
You know better than us on that one.
Maybe just like, hey, Tempos. Just here to try and say hi to your priest. Hope you don't mind us being here. Good chat.
That's not an offering.
Oh, shit.
What would the offerings to Tempos have been at the camp? Because there was a shrine to Tempos there, right? On
The shrine to
down.
Tempos at the camp was carved into the wooden palisade before going into the mine proper, and was just a carving of a flaming sword, which is Tempos' symbology. There are no carvings of flaming swords here.
So, but did people didn't make any kinds of
No, they
offering
just touched
to
it on
that
the way in.
symbol? Fine.
Yeah, lip service.
Clearly, we should touch the lava.
I'm not going to touch the lava.
I mean, I have a sword that's been no good whatsoever. I could definitely just drop it in some lava and then it's a flaming sword offering to Tempos.
Shall we go see if the priest's in there?
Yeah.
As you all continue to step forward, Ivy, can you roll me another survival check, or anyone is welcome to roll it with assistance from someone else to make sure?
I'll help Ivy if necessary, or someone will help Ivy, I'm sure.
Who's got the highest survival modifier? I mean, you can all do this together.
Mine's only +3.
Anyone got higher than a +3? Victor, what's your survival modifier?
Also +3.
Okay, so +3 is the best you can do. So if you want to give advantage, then +3 is the best we're going to get.
I'll
Great.
give it back.
Am I rolling?
Please do.
I think George should roll.
You're also better.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, lucky you. As you're moving forward, you're all taking an inordinate amount of time to get through this space and being very, very careful. No dexterity saving throws required, as whenever someone steps even close to a part of landscape is going to fall in. Victor, Ivy, with their survival skills, able to very cautiously map out very carefully where you are going and are able to make your way through this with a lot of care, but you are managing to get to this mouth. The rock around this mouth, the redness, the red cracks, do all fade away at this point. This is where this spur seems to come in. And like a strange sort of tongue almost, this rocky spur is heading off into... It looks like a wall of lava on the far side. You can't quite contextualize what you're seeing yet. It's just lava all round, and then this spit of rock going deeper into the mouth.
Cool. How wide is it?
The mouth itself is about...
How wide is this bit of land that we're supposed to walk across?
The spar is about 10 foot wide.
Oh my God.
The mouth itself is roughly, 30, 35 foot wide.
Cool.
How
Guess
far?
we're doing this.
You can't see very far into it because of this intense heat and light coming off the lava. You can see this spar going off into this heat, but you can't quite contextualize how far it's going or what it's doing.
Oh, at least it's nice to be warm.
It is too hot right now.
Oh, I know.
All right. Well,
That doesn't look like somewhere we should dawdle.
right. On we go.
What is the marching order?
I'll go first.
Prosp'rus goes first.
I'll be behind Prosp'rus.
Ivy's behind
I'll
Prosp'rus.
stay near Prosp'rus.
Victor's behind that.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I'll relinquish my place near Prosp'rus because
You
Ash
can
and...
you can go first if you want.
It's all right, it's 10 foot wide. You don't have to go single file.
You can walk
Let's go in
alongside
the
me,
middle.
Ivy.
Well, okay.
If Ivy and Prosp'rus are walking at the front and Ashra and Viktor are staying close behind to stay in Prosp'rus's aura, Milk, you taking up the rear?
Oh, great.
Well, the two skeletons are technically taking up the rear, but you'd be at the end of the
I'd like
party.
to be in the middle somewhere. I'm happy to take up the rear.
I'll take up the end.
Okay, fine. So the marching order is Prosp'rus, Ash, Viktor, Milk, Ivy, skeletons. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. As you move forward onto this spar of land, and as you step through the mouth of Tempos, you start to realize what you are seeing. And it is fucking unnerving. Looking as you step onto this spar of rock, underneath you and to the sides is a wall of magma that is like a waterfall rolling down slowly. And if you look below this rocky spar, this waterfall of magma seems to continue. Looking up and above yourselves, this mouth has a strange lip over the top of it that somehow is splitting the lava waterfall on the inside so that the mouth is kept safe and this spar is kept safe. But everything else around here basically is molten rock.
Oh my god.
Nope, 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 nope.
Ahead of you, the molten rock, ahead of you, this spar does end. It seems to end it goes for about maybe 70 feet and then ends with molten rock all around you. This molten rock is not like perfect wall of molten lava. There are like bits of rock sticking out of it at strange angles. Looking up as well, where's all this coming from? You are looking up the inside of what looks like the caldera of a volcano. You don't know what that is necessarily, but you are basically in the inside of a slow-moving, continuous molten rock fall. And yeah, it's pretty much like underneath this spar, just to be clear to you on what is, you can't see, like, you can see molten rock, you can see it going down, you can't see like a bottom to this.
This is the literal worst.
This is the worst.
Yeah.
Where did he fall off?
All of the lava at this point is within about, all of these different streams are within about maybe 30 feet of you. Up ahead, it's much further because this spar goes out so far. But you are basically surrounded by molten lava apart from the mouth behind you, which looking at it from this angle, it looks even more like a mouth with a tongue sticking out of it. And you are walking along this.
Can we see someone ahead of us? Like, can we see, because we can see to the end of the spar.
The light in here is intense. And the heat waves coming off this are ridiculous. Like, everything has a slightly swimmy, odd quality to it because of the heat. And at the end of the spar, you think you can see a hunched figure, but you're not quite sure what you're seeing.
Heading towards that to get out of this fucking mess.
Cool. As you all move towards and start moving in towards this space, do you say anything? Do you do anything?
No, just going straight towards that.
Save your breath.
Go into that whole business.
Okay.
Do we not want to warn them that we're friendly? Like,
Yes.
if I saw a scary-looking party emerging out of literal hellmouth, who I didn't recognise that was my people's sacred place, I might attack. Do we want to, like, go, hello, we're here to rescue you?
Who's the person who sent us here? What was their name?
Yanis.
Yeah.
So I'll put on the muted robes I had on in items of diplomacy the last time as a visiting gentry.
Hello. Gallus sent us to find you.
In the distance, like we're still talking like a good 50 feet away from you, this figure that is hunched. Jesus, how are they going to handle this? Doesn't move. Like, you hear a voice very faintly go, "Don't get trapped too. Go now."
Are they physically hurt? Can I see from here?
No, they're too far away and the heat is too strong. You can't see them very well. Like, you're aware of their presence, but there is this wall of heat all around you and the light is glowing all round. Like, they're a swimmy figure at best.
Ash, can you...
I'll send Millinaway straight out to have a look at.
Okay. Are you all still moving up as you do this?
Well, no, we'll wait while...
You stop. As Melinoe floats out and floats up and towards... Cool.
Ash has an eye.
That's true.
One of the spars of rock on the wall suddenly a strange lava red eye, as you can again barely see in all of this heat, opens and a tendril, a strange sort of glowing red tendril comes shooting out and is going to try and grab Melinoe.
No!
That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
She has 3 hit points, remember?
Yeah,
3.
yeah. She puffs out instantaneously as just gone, just like burned in the heat of the moment, gone completely out of this as the tendril snaps back.
It's going to be so pissed.
Now, it would normally get a surprise round, which is where it becomes fucking dangerous, but because you've now all seen the roper, the magma roper that is sat in this wall, we can all roll initiative and you can decide to do things about this. Is that what you'd like to do? Just checking?
Oh, I want to stay really
kind of want to have
still.
a conversation first.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
It's up to you. What would you like to do?
Will a conversation give it a surprise round? As in, will the conversation
Its
open it up
surprise
a little
round has been taken up by attacking Melanoe.
Fine.
It is aware of your presence and was waiting for you to get closer, but it's now going to be moving in to attack all of you because it can move through lava with impunity.
Like, basically, do we need to roll initiative?
I
Do you
think
need
so.
us to roll
I
initiative?
think I need you to roll initiative. Yes,
All right.
please. Thank you.
bit? In combat conversation.
Yes, any conversation in combat, that's fine.
I was going to ask if anyone has message, because that would be super useful right now.
Don't.
Either a 3 or a
Spell
19.
slots. Couldn't have a rest.
Right. What's everyone's initiative roll?
12.
22.
Oh, hang on. 12 for Prosp'rus, 22 for Ivy. What others? Shout out.
I got 5.
5 for Viktor. What else we got?
20 for me?
20 for Ashra. George on a roll today.
No, it can't last, surely.
No, I'm gonna keep good vibes on this. I think this is your lucky day. And Milk.
19.
19. Splendid. These are great rolls. Right. You have seen the roper, the magma roper, which is what it is. It looks like a spur of rock, but it's also clearly got some animation to it. It is going to slowly start like moving through the magma, which is pouring off it, and is going to start moving closer to all of you around the outside of this magma chamber. The figure, realizing that you have basically got its attention, is going to get up and run. And start trying to run down this spur of rock to get the hell out of here. And as they go, when initiative is called, Ivy, what do you want to do?
Is there any shadow? Is it just burning bright?
No,
Or is there shadow? There's no shadow.
shadow in here. Nothing.
I can't punch.
Ivy, you can punch whatever you like.
I will set my hands on fire if I punch lava.
To give you an idea of, this thing is on the wall of this magma chamber. The wall is only 30 feet away, and magma is flowing over this, but not over it entirely. Ivy, you could potentially try and land on it.
Or you could hold your attack and wait for it to attack us, and just stay here sensibly
Run
on this
back to the doorway,
on this spur.
So when you say a magma roper, is it a being made entirely of lava that
No.
will burn me to death?
It is
or
made
it-
of rock. Ropers look like rock. They are creatures that look like rock. They are monstrosities, but they live in underground spaces. This one has adapted to be able to work in lava. It is not affected by heat in any way.
I might have something wrong in my head. In my head, we have a spur, a huge drop on either side, and then a wall and a gap. And on that wall is the magma roper.
Spur of rock, magma all around you, but it extends further because of the spur of rock. Behind you, the mouth. You are currently
Okay.
30 feet away from the mouth, and this figure is trying to run the 80 feet to the mouth and not get caught by the roper.
So the roper, so what I'm trying to ask is there rock between me and the roper, or is there a gap
No.
of lava?
Gap, just open air with lava underneath and to
So
the
I
wall.
would have to jump
You'd have to
and
jump
try and land.
on it.
Fuck it, yeah.
Ivy, at the start of initiative, is going to try and jump onto the fucking roper.
I'm fine.
Would you like to use Step of the Wind?
I will answer that question once I flip back onto my character sheet and remind myself what's the jump distance is doubled. Yes,
If you use Step of the Wind, there is no roll required. You can just yoink and leap out and land on this creature that underneath you is sort of is turning, and at the base of it, where lava is flowing over it, a mouth just opens up, and inside that mouth is burning red hot, and these tendrils are clearly coming out of this same mouth-like orifice, but it just opens up, and the eye is like underneath one of your feet, just blop, blop, blinking, looking confused. It doesn't expect anything to jump on it. That was your bonus action. What is your action?
I'd like to punch it in the eye, please.
Go for it. Maybe an attack roll.
As you said it's below my feet, so I'll kick it.
Yeah, sure. Stomp in the eye.
Unbelievably, for those 2 attacks out were 2 natural 19s, so I'm going to assume they both hit.
Yes, they do. It has an AC of redonk, but you manage to break through it as it's made of rock. But you don't go for the rocky bits. You just go straight for the eye and just thunk thunk, stamp down twice on the eye.
19 points of damage.
Wow. Fucking wow. Okay, yeah. And as you do, it sort of moves under your feet. You're able to keep your balance. You're a monk. This is part of what you do. But yeah, it is. You are basically on a tiny spur of rock now, less than 10 feet long, on the edge of this lava wall, with the other spur of rock your friends are on 30 feet behind you. Fucking terrifying. Great. Awesome.
I think while this is happening, Ivy normally manages to look fairly unconcerned while fighting, but at the moment she's doing all this going.
Ash, you're next in initiative. Ivy's just leapt on top of the roper. What do you want to do?
I think I'm not doing that. I'll tell you that.
What is lovely?
What?
How far away is the roper roughly from
30
me?
feet.
All right. I'm probably just going to do a cantrip. I think that seems the way to go. I'm going to have the order the skeletons to bow shot attack it.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to toll the dead, so it has to make a wisdom saving throw against DC 17.
Okay, that's a decent wisdom. Yeah, that's an 18 on the dice already, so 21 total.
Yeah, that's nothing. So I'll roll attacks for the skeletons. Mm-hmm. That is what have we got? We got a 13 and an 18.
Neither hit. Both of the arrows go flying out and bounce off the rocky exterior of this. It's made of rock.
All right, that's a whiff.
Yeah,
I'm going to make sure I'm making enough of a space on the spur so that this person who's running can get past without like bowling through us.
Sure. Ivy's made some room at the front as well, so you can get out of the way. Are you moving anywhere on the spur? Or are you staying where you are?
I'll probably stay put. I think until this person's out, we're staying. Yeah, I'm not going to move anywhere.
Milk.
Yeah, Milk disagrees. Milk is going to run back towards the mouth of the
Nope, just run. Yep, okay.
And is going to turn and add a little at the creature on his...
Two Eldritch Blasters. Fire your Eldritch Blasters as you run. You can get 30 feet, so you can get back to the mouth. You can get back to that point where there's other crags and crenellations. Yeah. You're not completely out of like visual of it, but you are sort of running back in that direction, firing as you go.
Cool. I roll a 22 and a 13.
The 22 hits.
Yeah. Okay, that's 15 points of damage.
Yeah, as you run, you fire back an Eldritch Blast and you impact it again. And Ivy, now that you're on it, where you have stomped it in the eye, it is bleeding lava. It is just pouring out of the eye. And where Milk's Eldritch Blast, one skips off and one punches a hole in it. It sort of, there's like a sort of lava bubble sort of popping out the side of it as it like starts bleeding lava off the side of it. It is definitely taking some hits off the lot of you.
This is fine.
Prosp'rus.
This is the literal meme of someone sitting surrounded by fire.
Oh,
Is it me already?
Yes, you go before Viktor, amazingly. Viktor rolled super low.
Okay.
I rolled very low.
I forgot to put Victor's mini up. I'll do it now. Milk goes next.
I wasn't prepared because I'm used to
Same
going
you.
so
Apologies.
late.
Apologies. The initiative tracker failed us. I was meant to do earlier. And Viktor at the end.
Okay. Right. I will channel divinity.
Yep.
To make my hits hit harder.
Yep.
And then that's my action. So I will cast Sanctuary on Ashra, who for some reason is still standing here. That's the end of my turn.
Viktor.
Hello.
Hello.
First of all, how's it looking?
It's bleeding lava in places, but it doesn't look like it's like severely badly hurt. No.
Okay. I'm just like, what level should I cast Spiritual Weapon at? Oh, let's just go third level. No. I'll
Second
do
or
a fourth
fourth?
level.
Yep. Your massive, your Shashkara appears next to it, and you can make an attack with it on this round. That's perfectly fine.
I'd love to do that. Okay, that is a lot to hit. That is 23 to hit.
That hits, yes. And
Yay.
your Shashka starts carving into the side of it, again, cutting away bits of this rock and managing to break through to the lavary blood underneath.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. That is your bonus action. I'm assuming your Shashkara stays near it. What are you doing?
I'm just going to fire off a crossbow bolt with Divine Strike.
Sure. Make an attack roll.
I'm quite good at doing that. I will. Sorry, just seeing how much I add to that again. Yeah. That is 16 to hit.
Does not hit. Ding, bounces off the stone. Doesn't break through. Do you stay here?
I'm going to stay here. I'm going to stay back.
Okay. The figure that is dashing is going to use their entire action to dash, and is trying desperately to get away, and is going to run past some of you, because 50 foot is going to keep running. And as you see them running past, they appear to be another Reghead nomad. They appear to be a little older, and a lot of their outfit has dinosaur teeth, bones, skeletons on it, but it's still very recognizably a reindeer coat that they wear over not much else, frankly. But as they go running past, using their entire action to try and get the hell out of Dodge, it is the Roper's turn. 4 tendrils are going to fly out of that mouth and are going to start trying to grab and attack people. 1 is going to go for Ivy, which is an attack with disadvantage, I believe, because of your tattoo.
Disadvantage.
Righto. 14 to hit.
Nope.
It tries to reach out and strike you, and it also is trying to grapple you, and it tries to grab you with this tendril, which sort of flops near you. It's this horrible, like, sort of long, thin, like almost slug-like in many ways, but it's also where it sort of flops against you, it is boiling hot. It doesn't hurt you, but it is like this hot tendril of sticky lava-like, almost insectoid, very strange feeling to it. 1 is going to go shooting out towards the rest of the party and is going to go for... it's going to go for Prosp'rus first. That is a nat 1.
No.
As it comes flying out towards you, it tries to grab hold of you but can't get purchase on your armor, and you block off and manage to block it out of the way. The next one that comes flying out is going to go for the figure running past all of you and is going to try and grab them. Oh my god. Not my day. That is a 13 to hit, which does not hit. As they run, a tendril tries to go for their leg, and they sort of combat roll out of the way, coming perilously close to falling off the spur of rock, but are going to continue to running to get out of the way. The last one is going to go for Ashra.
Wisdom saving
throw.
It rolls a 15 on a wisdom saving throw.
No, that needs to choose a different target.
In which case it will go for Viktor.
Sorry.
Cool. That's okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
As it hits you, you are grappled. You take 2 points of fire damage from this as it wraps around you. It's burning you and will continue to burn you. And then it will reel you in.
That's the worst bit.
You are pulled off this spur and are swinging down towards the wall of lava. You just get very close to the wall of lava and swing back and pulled up towards it and towards its mouth. It can only reel things 25 feet. So you are within 5 feet of the mouth, and you are the only thing stopping you from falling into deadly lava is this thing that's trying to bite and kill you, but you are hanging 5 feet underneath its mouth with Ivy right above you. Viktor, is there anything you'd like to say or do as this happens?
I just scream a bit.
Yeah. This seems apt. Good. Right.
A lot.
You start getting pulled up, and the burn is pretty bad. Lovely.
Ow, I'm wearing like a lot of layers.
Yeah. Ivy.
Hi.
Hey, how are you going to handle this?
I'd like to try and pull Viktor up.
How?
I mean, he's just below me, right?
Yes, being pulled towards the mouth. Are you going to try and, like, grab hold and... What are you going to try and do? Viktor's currently grappled by this.
I have a rope. Can I lasso Viktor?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I'm going to try because he is literally right there and about to die. So let's try. I have no idea what sort of check that should be.
I'm going to allow you... I'm going to say that you can make an attack roll with your rope where you are trying to lasso Viktor, so it's like a monk weapon for you. That is fine. And if you manage to grab hold of Viktor, it'll be a contested strength check with the roper to see which way Viktor goes.
Okay. I'm not very strong, but I'm... Okay.
Chris, if ropers die, do they fall off the wall?
Yes. Well, you don't know that, but presumably.
I have a jump speed and Milk has fly. We're going to be fine.
Milk can't cast any spells.
It's all fine. That was a dirty 20 to hit Viktor.
Yeah, you go, nope, and quickly throw a rope and manage to catch it around Victor's leg and are now pulling Viktor away from the mouth. You are managing to sort of pull Viktor up. What else would you like to do on your turn? You still have a bonus action. I think that takes, like, your attacks.
I like it. I can't take anyone with me. Oh, and I can't thingy anyway because there's no shadow.
No shadow in a hot room.
I can't hit.
Nope. I will freely admit this was designed for this party to go, how the hell are you going to handle this?
Yeah, thanks. I am going to... Am I holding Viktor?
Yes, you currently have Viktor lassoed and you've tied the rope around your arm and are holding it super tight so Viktor can't get pulled into the mouth.
Could I haven't moved yet, could I use Step of the Wind and then jump holding Viktor back onto the spur?
Holding the rope?
Yep, sure.
You can jump unless you let the rope play out a bit, unless you let the rope play out to 30 feet so you're holding Viktor tight. Yeah, you can jump back. You're a monk, you can very easily leap off back onto the spur, holding this rope, giving it enough slack so you don't try and get caught and don't mistime your jump. You are now standing on the spur with the rope, holding onto Viktor's leg. Viktor's 5 feet from the mouth, and you've got 25 foot of rope that you're holding taut to try and pull Viktor back with everyone else around you.
As a free action, can I yell, "Somebody help me with Viktor," and then we should run?
Cool. Good.
Viktor hasn't stopped screaming this whole time.
Good.
Okay, it's okay.
Siberian cat screams.
Ashra.
Chris, what would it take for me to get within 5 feet of Viktor?
Oh,
the rope if necessary.
You would have to climb.
Can you not make a wall of force that goes?
That is an option, but that's the backup option.
I don't know
Why is that the backup option?
I don't know how you're going to get within 5 feet of Viktor without tightrope walking that rope. And oh my god!
So I couldn't jump it. Is what I'm saying.
You could
even to be briefly within 5 feet. I don't need to stay within 5 feet of Viktor.
What is your strength? What is your strength score?
It's not good. It's 9.
Yeah, the furthest you can run, even with a run up, and you don't even have enough space to run up, is nowhere near far enough to get within 5 feet of Viktor.
Okay,
no.
I'm going to declare that was a bad idea.
If you hold it, you can do it on the back of my giant fly next turn.
That's a good thought.
I'm going to push you for a choice, George.
Yeah, what would this place do to a watery sphere? Would it just lead to steam and horribleness?
You don't know.
Should we try that? I'd like to cast watery sphere on Viktor.
Yep.
No, wait, that doesn't work. It doesn't work because it would just fall. It would just go down. That doesn't work. Sorry.
Does it not have? It doesn't have buoyant. It can't float.
It descends slowly. Yeah.
Oh no! No, don't do that. No.
Yeah, no.
Trap Viktor into lava.
Anytime. Thank you.
I will. I've got to do a thing. I'm going to do something. I'm going to. Yeah, you're right, Emma. I'm going to cast Wall of Force. I'm going to make a floor a little bit down between the spur and the wall for as long as I can. It's 10 foot square panels.
Interesting. So 10-foot square panels means you could make a 30-foot wide, 30-foot long like panel of force, and you can see this, like it's invisible, but the lava at the wall where it's impacting slightly sort of creates a little corner, so there's like a level there, and there's an extra panel bit somewhere, George, because 100 by
The extra
100.
panel bit I'll put in front of the roper as like a little sort of blocky bit. Not, I presume not. That'll block Viktor off. Screw it.
That means we can hit it, right, without worrying.
It
about
means you can
falling.
walk. It means you can walk out. Yes, it does.
You can walk, and Viktor
As long as Ashra maintains concentration.
Yeah,
Sure.
Now is the time.
Leave. Leave.
Yeah, I've still got
Movement.
Sanctuary though, right?
You still got Sanctuary.
I'll start moving.
It didn't
That's-
affect
Wall
it.
of Force
It
is not
didn't
an
affect
aggressive
it.
spell.
It's not aggressive. It didn't affect it. You still
And
have
it's
Sanctuary.
not a concentration spell, so it doesn't matter if I get hit. Leave.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wall of Force is a concentration.
Wall of Force
spell.
is Sanctuary, isn't it?
Sanctuary is not a
I
concentration spell.
understand.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
run?
just gonna start. Yeah, I'll move on.
You leg
Move
it back.
30 feet.
You run past the figure. You could slow down and help them on their way.
Yeah.
In which case, okay, both of you get within about 10 feet of the edge. You're both moving quite quickly now. And this figure, thank you. I was trapped by it. I couldn't move.
That makes sense. You're good. We got you when we did then. And does this person look in terrible shape?
Yeah, they look ill. They look malnourished. They look like they realized they were trapped and couldn't move, and then didn't.
If I have some water on me that I can fish, then we'll do that later. That's fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
you
that.
you move out of this figure, getting close to Milk, but not right up to Milk. But you are moving out and stepping up to where Milk is. That's absolutely fine. Lovely, fantastic use of Wall of Force. Milk, what are you up to? There is now no way anyone below the roper can fall.
Yes, that's what. And if the roper falls off the wall, it's going to hit that wall of force as well. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So we can just rain on it.
Yeah,
And I can leave two
exactly.
strong people to free Viktor. Okay, then I'm going to stay where I am and continue to try and
Of this
puncture it with holes.
Please do. Make me some attack rolls.
So that's a 27
That hits.
and not so good.
Sorry,
I think. And an 18.
18 does not hit. I'm afraid. 27 does.
Okay.
Give me that damage.
That's a measly 9 damage.
9 damage is still 9 damage. It's starting as you puncture it again with another Eldritch Blast. You're all seeing it. All of the different puncture holes in it. It's now starting to look like it is like it's definitely sagging slightly. The whole like sort of spur of rock illusion is starting to fade. It just looks like a slightly sort of flaccid thing hanging off the wall now. It's definitely quite badly hurt. Prosp'rus.
Can I run up to it?
Yes, you can jump out onto that
On
wall
the
of
wall
force
of
and
force.
just run on that wall of force up to it. No problem.
I'll bonus action cast Blinding Smite.
Yep.
Oh.
And then,
Emma, just so you know, you can target the tendril that is currently holding Viktor. It doesn't do any damage to the roper, but you can destroy the tendril.
or
It's up to you.
Or
Just wail on the.
it
bitch.
looks quite damaged.
It does, yes.
Or I could just try and kill it.
Sure, make me a attack roll.
That is a 19
Does not hit.
and a 26.
Does hit. The first strike like crushes along this like stone carapace of this thing and does nothing. But with the second strike back, you do manage to cut
It
super
needs
deep.
to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Maths.
It's blind.
There's radiant blast around it.
Right, what am I doing? Right,
All the
that's
damage.
3d8 for that one. I'm also gonna add a second level smite.
Sure.
So that's more d8s.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, paladin maths.
It's all good.
That's more d8s.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3. 3d8s for blinding smite.
Mhm.
4d8s for second level smite.
And your damage dice.
Oh! That's amazing. That's so good. 16. 18. What's that? That's 24. 34. 41. And then
Or
50. Add 56 points of damage
ow.
In one hit.
in one hit.
How'd you kill it?
In a massive burst of light.
the whole thing just explodes in light and with magma. Like its blood is lava, and it just sprays hot lava on everyone around. Viktor, you are unceremoniously dumped onto this wall of force as you land, and it lands next to you. Just this steaming corpse of glowing lava thing. Hang on, I'm going to roll something.
And you wanted me to hit a tendril.
Well, you should have done, because it rolls off the wall of force.
What? And
I still
takes it
got
with
the
it?
rope on Viktor. I still have a rope round Viktor.
As it falls, Viktor, you are suddenly... Oh, you are being dragged off the wall of force. The whole thing is going. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Break free of the grapple.
If you have any kind of blade, you can try and attack the tendril.
Well, your spiritual weapon's still there.
Yeah, your Shashka could do it.
I'll do it.
Your
My
Shashka tries to
spiritual flowing Shashka.
cut the tendril.
Delightful. Do I still need to break free of the grapple, or has that done it?
As long as you attack the tendril and attack it and hit it.
Oh, yeah. Point. Yeah, that's a non-natural 20 to hit.
Just hits. Its AC is 20. So as this thing is rolling off, the tendril's still wrapped around, and you like, being dragged towards the edge. Your Shashka comes slicing down, and boom!
Yes.
And as it does, the roper just falls off, and you can't see where it goes. It just falls into lava, and like you can't see where it impacts because it's too hot. But you are all now just.
Can I help Viktor up?
Of course you can.
Help me! He's a heavy cat.
Viktor's not hanging off the rope. The rope is now slack because on the wall of force.
Big heavy cat.
And
And
can
as
we just peg it?
and as you all get the fuck out of here, off the wall of force, make your way out to the mouth of Tempos. That's where we're going to pick up next time. Oh my god. That was incredibly well handled. Oh my god. I sat there, I statted it, I went, this is going to kill someone. There's no way.
I thought I was going to die.
You once again, all of you, impress me beyond belief. That was incredible work. Oh my god. Hey audience, we haven't forgotten you. We know you're still here.
All those you were planning to drop in the chat, you can just backspace them. We don't need them anymore.
No more Fs. Fs no longer required. Oh, thank you everyone for joining us for that was an insane thing. That's incredible. Wow. Yeah, if you enjoyed tonight, we're playing every Monday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. British Standard Time. So if that's different times...
British summertime.
British summertime, sorry. So if that's different times for you around the world, please do join us when you can. Hello, good morning, America. It's nice to see you. Yes. We're playing... this is episode 8, so 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 more to go. So 4 more Mondays, and that will be the end of this campaign. We'll be starting a fresh new campaign, but more on that very soon. Otherwise, you can catch us at twitch.tv/adventurerswanted for other games that we run as well. On the first Tuesday of every month, we have another D&D show that is run by the wonderful Chloe Mashita. That is an entirely homebrew setting, so some very different things in that. Otherwise, head to youtube.com/adventurerswanted for all of our previous shows, including the archive of this season and the other campaigns we have run at various points. Do check us out there. If you want to support us in any other way, we're on Patreon, where you can patronize us and help us make more shows like this. That's patreon.com/adventurerswanted. We're on most social medias as Adventurers Wanted, although on Twitter we are Adventurers250. So do join us there. Say hi, become friends, fans, all the rest of it. We love having you with us. Massive thanks to D&D Beyond and Ultra Pro. Again, if you want to potentially win a D&D bundle, do join us on social medias. Twitter will be where most of it will be happening, so do join us there if you can. Otherwise, if you want to win this Ultra Pro Mind Flayer dice bag, feel free to get involved in the Twitch chat. You've probably got another 30 seconds or so to pop a little message in there. Everyone who messages in the Twitch chat is eligible as long as you have a UK address. So do join us there if you can. Lovely. Thank you, everyone. Wonderful to see you all. Wonderful session once again. And see you all very soon next week. And see all of you very soon too. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.